All right, everybody, welcome to the Scam Aware 101 weekly live stream. We're going to get started in a couple minutes here. But if you're first time joining us, let me explain a little bit what we do here. We do this weekly live stream to spread awareness of scams. And usually we cover a wide range of topics. We usually get started with going over recent scam warnings and headlines. After that, we usually go over some common scams. And we go over various scams, common scams that come through email, through text message, over the phone, even some classic snail mail scams that still use the postal service. We'll go over some common red flags to help you recognize scams. There are a lot of red flags that could help you recognize a scam and avoid becoming a victim. And we'll also share some scam resources with you, including online tools and software, and also some educational resources with some links to third-party websites. So lots of good stuff coming up to go over. And we'll be getting started with the scam warnings and headlines soon. In the meantime, while we're waiting, if you just hit that thumbs up, give us a like, say hi in the chat, see if we get some more people in here. You know, again, our goal is to spread awareness of these scams. The more likes we get, the more subscribers we get, the more our content will be exposed to new viewers and help spread awareness to stop scams. All right, we get started in a minute here. Again, say hi in the chat. Let me know you could hear me okay. Let me know if the video is good. Say hello. Let us know if it's the first time watching one of our live streams here. We do this every Thursday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Get started in a moment. Lots of good scam examples to go over. Lots of good warnings and recent headlines to review with you. Lots of good stuff to be aware of. You know, awareness is key. Awareness is what makes all the difference between whether or not you'll get scammed or not, whether your loved one gets scammed. Maybe you could be the hero by jumping in and knowing that they're getting scammed and saving the day. Because believe it or not, these scammers are very, very convincing. It's very convincing. They're using AI. They're becoming even more convincing every day. So it's important to stay aware of the recent scams. Be aware of what the scammers are doing. You know, billions and billions of dollars get lost every year to scammers. And the scams that we're going to focus on here at Scamware 101 are scams that are targeting ordinary people. There's plenty of resources for business scams and employee training, but in this case, what we're focusing on is individuals. You know, the older folks out there, the grandparents, the older parents, the not so computer savvy folks, because they're dealing with all sorts of different scams. So it's important to spread awareness of scams that are targeting ordinary people. You hear too many nightmares about retired people losing their life savings and retirement funds to scammers. And there's always these little red flags where if they were aware of it, it could have made all the difference in avoiding that scam. You know, that's why we do this. We want to spread awareness about these red flags, spread awareness of recent scams, show you the tools and software you need to protect yourself or recognize a scam. So, again, we do this every week. Our goal is just to spread awareness. You know, if you're just joining us, hit that like button, hit thumbs up, click the heart, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We release scam awareness videos as well. Say hi in the chat. Let us know you're here. Also, we want to hear your stories too. We're going to be sharing plenty of stories and going over victim stories in the headlines. But we want to hear your stories too. If you've been scammed, if you know someone that's been scammed, which scams have you been getting targeted with, right? Which text messages have you been getting? Which emails have you been getting? Because there's trends. You know, certain scams become more popular at certain times. As a community, we need to keep each other aware and up to date with what's going on with these scams. We need to watch out over our most vulnerable too. So we'll get started in just 2 more minutes here. At 5:55, we'll get started. I see some more people joining. This is great. Again, say hi in the chat. Visit our website, scamware101.com, and you can join our free mailing list. Our website right here, scamware101.com. You can click Join Mailing List. And we send out reminders about these live streams and scam awareness tips, useful things like that. We won't abuse your email address. We won't send you junk. You can always unsubscribe if you want. All right, so we got a bunch of viewers, so that's good. We'll get started 1 minute here. Nobody's blowing up the chat or anything, but I see the viewers, so we're going to get rolling in 1 more minute. And in the meantime, say what's up in the chat. Come on, guys. Guys and girls. There we go. Hey, Apples. Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. If it's your first time here, I don't recognize you. Welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. All right, everybody, we're going to get started with this live stream. Again, welcome to our Scam Awareness live stream. We do this live stream weekly, and my name is Jared. I'm with Scam Aware 101. And our mission is just to spread awareness of scams. We want to spread awareness to ordinary folks about what scams are out there targeting them, which scams are trending, and the red flags to avoid becoming a victim. You know, red flags to spot a scam. So we usually do this live stream. We do it once a week, every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Sometimes we go for 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours. We'll see how we go tonight. But usually for the first hour of the stream, what we do is we go over recent headlines and warnings that are in the media. And it gives us an idea of what scams are trending and becoming more common, getting more media attention and being reported. So, with that said, let's get started with some headlines and see what's going on in the scam world headline-wise. So here's a warning from AARP, Virginia Fraud Alert. Crooks want gold bars now. Understand the way criminals seek money can help you stay a step ahead of scams. While scams take many forms, scammers may seek payment through a few hard-to-trace methods with few or no protections, including gift cards, cryptocurrency, wire transfers, peer-to-peer apps, and more recently, gold bars. So this isn't the first time we're hearing about this. We've read about this a couple other weeks on our live stream here. And they are accepting gold bars now. The common thing was it used to be, it still is, but it used to be gift cards, cryptocurrency, wire transfers. Those are very common, unusual forms of payment that were common for scammers to accept. And you would know immediately that's a red flag, right? But now what they're doing, which is still a major red flag, is now they're asking for gold bars as well. They're asking the victims to withdraw their savings and purchase gold bars. And then what they'll do is the scammers have a courier pick up the gold bars. Right? It sounds excessive, but that's what they're doing, and people are getting away with it. Scammers are getting away with it. Victims are withdrawing their money and purchasing gold bars. The other thing they're doing too with these victims, instead of just having to purchase gold bars, what they're doing is they're having them transfer their money to a gold outlet, a gold dealer, and then the scammer goes and picks up the gold from the gold dealer. So it's interesting seeing how gold is starting to become more common of a way that these scammers ask for payment. But at the same time, remembering that gold is a red flag. Government agencies aren't going to be asking you to pay with gold. Banks aren't going to ask you to pay with gold. If anybody you're dealing with on the phone is asking you to pay with gold, something strange is going on, right? So that's a red flag right there. And again, we see it happening more often now where scammers are trying to get their victims to purchase gold and pay them with gold. And here's that's the first headline. And it's right here by AARP. I see some more people in the chat. Good to see you. So we got Adrian. Wow, someone called you up and said they were from Homeland Security. Yep. Lots of scams going on there where they impersonate law enforcement. They impersonate sheriff's office. They impersonate Homeland Security, I'm sure. I know there's a bunch of scams with immigration going on where they're calling people and claiming to be with immigration. Fake arrest warrant scams. Lots of scams with impersonation going on. And they're not afraid to impersonate government agencies and departments. Right now there's IRS scams going on too. But anyway, thank you for participating in the chat. Good to see you. Click that like button. First time joining us. Click that heart. Say hello in the chat. We're going over some scam headlines to get an idea what scams are trending, which scams to be aware of. The next headline we have here is a warning from the BBB. That's the Better Business Bureau. And they're warning us about a jury duty scam. Jury duty scams have stayed in power because they prey on a fear of law enforcement. So that's true. Jury duty scams have been around for a while. And basically how this works. So when you answer the phone, it's probably someone claiming to be from your local law enforcement or judicial agency. That's what we were just saying, right? That they impersonate law enforcement. The caller, who may identify themselves as the local sheriff, tells you that you've missed jury duty summons and could be arrested. They may even claim that a warrant for your arrest has already been issued. The caller may appear to be very legitimate with caller ID showing a local police phone number and an official sounding voice on the phone. The caller may even be able to verify your name, address, and date of birth. The scammer tells you that, fortunately, you could avoid arrest by paying a hefty fine of thousands of dollars. To pay the fine, the scammer asks you to wire money, put cash on a gift card or prepaid debit card, use a digital wallet app, or even send cryptocurrency. Yeah. So there you go. That's a classic jury duty scam. And what's interesting about this article and what's good about this article is they point out that the scammers may have information about you already. You know, they may already have your birth date. They may already have your address. So they'll be able to sound very convincing. You know, they already know that information about you. But it's a scammer. And the caller ID might show the law enforcement agency they're impersonating, right? So if they're calling you impersonating sheriff's office, the caller ID might show the sheriff's office phone number. The scammers are manipulating caller ID now, which is very important to remember and know. And yeah, these jury duty scams, very popular. Each week we see them. Very similar to warrant scams, which is when they call you up and they say that you have a warrant for your arrest, and they they demand payment to get it, removed. A lot of times they'll say you missed jury duty. That's why there's a warrant out for your arrest. So yeah, that's our next headline there. Jury duty scams. Watch out for those. Jury duty scams and fake arrest warrant scams. Which, by the way, we have a video about that on our YouTube channel. We did a video about arrest warrant scams. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out some of our videos. And check out the arrest warrant scam. All right, if you're just joining us, say hi. Let me know how the video's going. I'm getting some warnings about the video connection. So let me know how the streaming's going in the chat. Assuming you could hear me and see me. Mess with some streaming last week when I streamed. It had all issues at the beginning. I just restarted it a few times, the streaming software. Then, I don't know, 30 minutes in, it stopped giving me problems. So, I don't know, it's weird. But at the beginning, around this time, it always seems to give me problems. But anyway, I'm back. Let me know in the chat if it's any better, if you're still around. Haven't all left. But we'll continue with the live stream, though. No big deal. It happens. What are you going to do? It's live, right? So I'm saying, what are you going to do? So on that note, let's continue with these headlines and see what we can do here. Watch out for scams in wake of wildfires. Absolutely. About the only thing faster moving than flames in a wildfire disaster, are schemers and scammers out to take advantage of those who already lost so much, and those of us that want to reach out to help. In other words, yeah, they're saying scammers spread as fast as fires and disasters. And it's important to be aware of these types of scams too, because these pop up during all sorts of disasters. We noticed these when they popped up during the last hurricanes and other tornadoes, other wildfires that popped up in LA. We were seeing all sorts of warnings about disaster scammers. And in this case, this is a good article though. It warns us about some common scams that occur in disaster areas, starting with contractor scams. Fly-by-night contractors may target homeowners with damaged property, promising repairs but demanding upfront payments or failing to deliver on their promises. All right, so got to be on alert for those contractor scams. Phony charities. Fraudsters create fake charities or use names similar to legitimate organizations to solicit donations. Just messing with the streams here. All right, we'll see if this holds up. I don't know what to do about this stream, man. It usually starts working fine after like 6:30 or whatever. That's weird. All right, anyway, we're gonna roll with it and keep going here. So we're talking about disaster scams, like wildfires, tornadoes, things like that. You need to watch out for FEMA impersonators. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to check something on. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna pause this for a minute and see if I get the stream fixed. Sorry guys, I gotta go mess with the encoding. I'm gonna restart the stream again one more time. Hopefully one more time. Alright people, we're back. Go see how this goes with these updated streaming settings here. Now we left off at scam awareness headlines. For those of you still with us, if anybody is. If not, we're going to roll back into them and keep going with it and see if we get some more viewers here on the live stream. In the meantime, if you're still here, say hi in the chat, click that thumbs up, give us a like, even though we keep on falling out here. All right, next scam headline. Crypto users report new scam emails spoofing Coinbase and Gemini. The phony email says crypto exchange users have until April 1st to transfer their crypto into self-custody wallets, but it's a big scam. Yeah, if you own cryptocurrency, trade in crypto, anything like that, you definitely need to stay up to date with scams and phishing emails that are impersonating Coinbase and Gemini. I get emails like these all the time too. Crypto users have reported an increase in scam emails impersonating exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini. These fraudulent emails attempt to trick users into setting up a new wallet using a pre-generated recovery phrase controlled by scammers. Lock down that crypto. How you doing, John? Welcome to the live stream. It was crashing out like crazy before. And I disconnected, changed around some settings, reconnected, and we'll see how it is now. But it did this last week too. It was crashing out, and then it stopped working, or then started working the rest of the day. It's kind of weird. The status keeps on jumping back and forth. It says no data, then excellent. No data, then excellent. So So I don't know. Let me know how the stream's running for you. Maybe check out both streams, see how both are. But in the meantime, hit that like button. Let us know you're watching. If you're just joining us, we're going to go on to the next scam example here. Our next headline regarding scams. Scam alert. FBI increasingly seeing malware distributed in document converters. FBI warns computer users to keep an eye out for malware, including ransomware, distributed through working document converters. Threat actors may attempt to distribute malware, including ransomware, by offering free document converters, according to March 7th report from the FBI Denver's office. Agents are increasingly seeing this type of scam. The scheme has been deployed globally, the FBI warned. Threat actors behind the document converter scam disguise malicious software as a legitimate tool for file conversion. The software may claim to convert doc files to PDF files, merge multiple JPEG files into a single PDF file, or download MP3 or MP4 audio files. In most cases, the download software performs the advertised conversion. However, it also grants the attacker access to the victim's computer and installs malicious software. Speaking of malicious software, my browser tab just froze now. Having all sorts of problems going on there. There we go, now it's gone. What a night. If you're just joining us, say hello, click like in the chat. We're just trying to get through the headlines here without any more technical difficulties. All right, FBI warns of dangerous new smishing scam targeting your phone. Learn how you can protect yourself from smishing scams. Smishing is what they call text message scams. Yeah, the websites were being on my browser, even with the ad blocker. Check out another scam CS website. Greenville Utilities Commission is warning customers about an increase in scam calls claiming to be them. May residents have reported receiving calls from people spoofing Greenville Utilities' phone number and using recordings from its messaging system. The scammers threaten immediate utility disconnection unless payment is made. The Utility Commission has also been informed of a new scam involving individuals posing as solar panel salespeople claiming to represent them. Yeah, still pretty laggy, John. Yeah. Yeah, how's the lag now, John? I might have to cancel this live stream, mess around with the settings. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cancel this live stream. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to mess with the settings here. Alright, we'll go with the vertical one, and we'll see if it makes a difference. Okay, so now I just got the vertical one going, John. But I'm not sure if it's making a difference here. Does it seem like it's making a difference to you? I've been called worse things, I guess. Okay, cool. Huh. Should I try running the vertical again? I mean the other one again, or it's weird. It sounds like the vertical is good now. Hmm. All right, we'll see what happens. The real test when I start opening these websites. Cool. Thanks for saying hi in the chat, Megan. Good to know something's working out here. All right, next headline. Miami leads U.S. in fraud. Romance scams cost Floridians $89 million. There you go. Megan, Florida. Miami leads U.S. in fraud. Miami is the most crooked place in America, according to the fraud report data from Federal Trade Commission. Why it matters. Floridians reported losing $866 million to fraud in 2024. Romance scams, imposter scams, and job scams are the most lucrative types of fraud in the state. The Miami metro area was number 1 in the nation last year for reported fraud, according to FCC, which tracked about 2,800 cases per 100,000 residents. Romance scams were the most lucrative form of fraud in Florida last year, with reported losses of $89 million per the FTC. Floridians also reported losing $54.8 million to business imposters and $45.7 million to government fakers. Imposter scams are the most popular form of fraud by a number of reports. Yeah, it's definitely a browser causing a problem here because it even locks up when I'm trying to go between tabs here. Go start the main canvas screen again. Yeah, I think it has to do with the websites, man. Like whenever I scroll through a website. Let's skip the rest of the headlines then. I mean, if it's all these websites causing problems with the stream, I'm gonna jump over the headlines and go right into the scam examples, maybe. We're about an hour behind anyway. Yeah, disable the ad blocker. All right, let me try to disable the ad blocker. I got tech support giving me advice here. Disabling the ad blocker. Okay, it's off now. Let's see how it goes. All right, Glasgow Police warns people about ongoing phone scam. The Glasgow Police Department has received several calls from citizens stating they have been notified by someone identifying themselves as Sergeant Pickett with the Glasgow Police. The caller then says the person has a warrant signed by Judge Pendleton and is asking for money to clear the warrant. Glasgow Police does not have a Sergeant Pickett and would never call asking for money or information. If you receive a call claiming to be from law enforcement stating you have a warrant and demanding payment, it's a scam. Law enforcement will not call you, demand money, or threaten arrest over the phone. Yeah, so that's the classic arrest warrant scam. We talked about that earlier in one of the headlines, too, that we were going over. And we did a video about this on our YouTube channel as well. So check out our YouTube channel and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And check out our other videos. Arrest warrant scam mentioned as headline is one of the videos we actually released. So check it out. So now I'm getting a message about my bitrate. How's the stream over there, the vertical stream looking? Let's go into our next article here. Scam alert, don't share bank information. We want to warn the community about a recent scam. If you receive a phone call from Brian Morris disguising himself as a Delta Federal Credit Union employee, do not provide any personal or account information. Never provide sensitive information such as your bank account, credit card, social security number over the phone, text, or email. If you receive a call from anyone claiming to be with your bank, business, or organization, hang up and verify the number by calling a number on a bank statement or from their official website. Yes, this is an imposter scam, a bank imposter scam, where they call up and the scammer pretends to be your bank. In this case, a credit union. This credit union's warning us about that. Let's see. Stafford County Sheriff's Office, committed to excellence. So they're warning us about a fake order scam text message. Watch out for text messages claiming that you made a payment. We're going to go over that scam a little bit, actually. We have a bunch of examples to share with that scam. So we'll do that in a little bit, actually. If you're just joining us, say hi in the chat. Hit that thumbs up. We're having some streaming issues earlier. I'm not sure if we're okay or not yet. I'm not sure if we're out of woods, but we'll find out. Scam alert, unauthorized individuals impersonating Kansas City BPU employees. According to the BPU, they have received several reports of scammers impersonating BPU employees to try and approach people's homes. What is that? Utilities? Kansas City Public Utilities. I see scammers are there impersonating utility workers. They're targeting residential homes. BPU issued a reminder that legitimate employees will always be driving marked company cars, wearing branded clothing and/or hard hats, and carrying ID badges. They said always check the person has those identifiers when they approach your home. If you do not, contact law enforcement. Didn't give any more examples about that. But we already know that utility workers being impersonated is a common scam. They'll call, a lot of times they'll do it in person, like this mentions. And other times they'll call over the phone and say that you owe money. They'll threaten to turn off your utilities if you don't pay immediately. But it's really a scammer impersonating your utility company. And we're seeing a lot of those scams popping up recently too. So be on alert for those utility company impersonation scams. If you're just joining us, say hi in the chat. I'm getting some reports that's laggy. I have it running my phone over here too, and it looks laggy on my phone. We're gonna keep on going though. Scam alert. Fraudsters claim there are inappropriate images on your device. Threatening to expose salacious images on your device. It's something that will certainly get your attention. This scam is growing in popularity because it often throws victims into panic. He said scammers know victims want to make the problem go away quickly, so they rush them into making a mistake. He said scammers will often tell you they can resolve the issue if you give them remote access to your account, which is a very bad idea. You never give remote access to anyone because that allows a scammer or whatever emergency to absolutely take over everything in your account. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to end this stream because even the tabs are getting all beat up. Something's going on with the computer here. Yeah, because even with the extension off, it's lagging. I'm seeing frames dropping, it says. Let's screenshot this. Sorry to all those watching. I think we're going to cancel the live stream. Got to figure out what's going on with this. Technical issues. I don't know, Jilla. Just we're dealing with technical difficulties over here. Presidio Police Department is warned of a scam related to fines for missing water payments. So this is similar to utility one, except it's dealing with water instead of electricity. How's it doing out there now? Still lagging? Yeah, looks like it. No lag. Okay, we're gonna keep on going, and we'll see. We'll see where we get. John, just keep me posted about the lag, I guess. All right. So next headline here. What is this headline? Scam trackers highlight new trends. Okay, let's see. In an effort to bring you first alert about potential scams, experts are providing insight on different potential scams that can impact wallets and safety. One tip experts encourage is for anyone who may receive a pressuring call not to get caught up in emotions. Forest Acres resident Diane Carr said a person played on her emotions by saying he lost his loved one. It was very embarrassing, said Carr. She said she thought the ad she found to buy a phone online was both a good deal and a favor. It was $300. His son has died, and they were trying to get rid of this thing. It was on Facebook Marketplace. First, I got the idea that I was going to meet him somewhere, and he said no, they were on vacation somewhere and he was going to send it. But then she said she started to notice issues. He said, all I want is shipping, $35. So she did that through Apple Pay. Then the next day, he said it was at the FedEx place and it was going to cost $75. Then started talking about sending the rest of the money. By the time she realized what was happening, Carr said she spent close to $400 for a phone she never received. Chris Hadley with the Better Business Bureau says 40% of all online scams from purchases come from social media. Facebook is a great place to look at pictures of your grandkids, but don't be buying stuff off of Facebook, said Hadley. She said scams typically target seniors, but recently they have been impacting the younger crowd. So be careful on Facebook Marketplace. Look out for scams. Don't lose $400 like this lady did. All right, cool. Looks like I got some more people in the chat here. Hey, Patricia Perry. How's it going? Good to see ya. We were having a bunch of live stream issues before. I still have warnings up saying that there's problems with the live stream, but we'll see. So far, so good, I think. Well, for the past minute or two. Let's take a look at the next headline here. Scammers exploit Joanne Fabric's bankruptcy with fake websites offering steep discounts. Double check the website you're on before checking out your cart online. As Joanne Fabrics declares bankruptcy and closes all physical store locations, scammers are capitalizing on a situation by creating fake, going out of business, and liquidation websites. These fraudulent sites mimic the official Joanne website, complete with logos and images, offering merchandise at steep discounts, 80-90%. Of course, you're not going to get the items because it's a fake website. The situation has escalated so much that Joanne Fabrics posted a notice on their website, and they got a screenshot of the website with the notice at the top. One person shared their experience with the BBB. We saw an ad for Joanne Fabric's bankruptcy going out of business sale, which led to website advertising 89% off various items. We selected a dozen items in a shopping cart, then noticed an additional promotional discount added. At that point, we noticed the website name was not Joanne's real website compared to the two online, and shut down the fake website without providing info. Yeah, need to watch out for his fake retail websites. We discuss those later on in the live stream too. And you need to watch out for the fake retail website scams. Pick up a lot during the holidays as well. Let's see what other headlines we got going on here. If you're just joining us, hit that like button, click the heart, say hello in the chat. Stillwater police raise alert about scams requiring crypto payments. The city of Stillwater is considering possible restrictions or even an outright ban on cryptocurrency machines, according to city officials. Stillwater police are reporting scams where residents have been targeted to make cash transactions to digital accounts using cryptocurrency machines. Some of them are pretty scary and pretty convincing, said Stillwater Police Chief Brian Mueller. We have individuals in our community that are scared at their wits and they are bringing wads of money. A crypto machine allows a person to purchase digital currency by putting cash into the device and then the funds are transferred to someone's account. Otherwise known as a Bitcoin ATM machine, which those are red flags. Someone starts talking about going to a Bitcoin ATM machine to pay bills or someone, they should stop and think because it's probably going to be a scam. Let's see what else this article is saying. So a woman received a phone call that she had received an overpayment into an account she had. The victim was told by the scam artist to deposit $20,000 cash into the Athena Bitcoin ATM, located at a gas station downtown. Thankfully, we had a very alert clerk at that particular gas station. He called 911. Officers arrived and were able to stop her from putting more of her money into the machine. Detectives were able to get some of the victim's money back, which is very rare, by the way. The gas station owner told Eyewitness News that he trains staff if they see someone with a lot of cash at the crypto machine, speak up and ask questions. He said he cares about his customers. The machine is operated by a separate company, which 5 Eyewitness News reached out to for comment. The most difficult part of these cryptocurrency investigations is many of the perpetrators are outside the United States. It's very difficult to get the money back once it's deposited. Unfortunately, they prey on the more vulnerable folks, the elderly and the more trusting people, Wolfing said. The Minnesota legislature passed a law last year that required cryptocurrency kiosks to be registered and offer some consumer protections. That's interesting. Since August, state officials report that 40 consumers who reported losses related to fraud totaling $437,983, so half a million dollars, have been able to... Okay, so out of 40 consumers that reported losses of almost $500,000, all right, they were able to recover $29,000. That's like such a small fraction. $29,000 out of almost $500,000. So it's important to stay aware, be aware of these scams, and avoid getting your money stolen, because a lot of times you're not even going to be able to get it back. The banks aren't going to help you. See our next headline here. Not loading. In the meantime, say hi in the chat. Click the heart, click the like, say hello. Probably going to start lagging now because this website's going really slow. Let's see what happens. Scammers are constantly looking for new ways to get a hold of your money, and in some cases, they add a new twist to an old scam. Investments involving cryptocurrency tops the list of 5 riskiest scams, according to the Better Business Bureau. So investments involving cryptocurrency tops the list of 5 riskiest scams. In their just released 2024 Scam Tracker Risk Report, the BBA analyzed data individuals and businesses submitted throughout last year. The report shows 80% of people targeted by an investment or cryptocurrency scam lost an average of $5,000. Scammers will try to pressure you into buying, trading, or storing cryptocurrency with fake exchanges. The second most common scams are employment scams, where you apply for a job and are told you are hired, but instead you've given your personal information to a scammer and paid them for money or for training equipment. Hey, that's what you're dealing with right now, Nigella, right? These scammers may also claim they overpaid you and ask you to wire back the difference. They sent you a fake check, and what you wire out of your own account is real money now in their hands. Romance scams rank third on the list. These scams have been around for years, and some people have lost thousands of dollars. Online purchase scams come in fourth and involve being offered online deals, but once you make that payment, no product or service is delivered. And that's what we just talked about. Those fake retail websites. Rounding out the top 5 is home improvement scams. These can be door-to-door solicitors offering quick, low-cost repairs who then take your money without doing the work. Home improvement scams are common after severe weather. Yeah, especially disaster areas, for example. We were talking about that when we were talking about disaster scams. All right, everybody. Let's see how we're doing here. Still getting these lag warnings. Having some issues. It was worse earlier. I don't know if we're tolerable or not. Definitely seeing a lot of lag on my end here. We're almost through the headlines, though. So unless there's any headlines left here, and then we'll jump into actual scam examples, and we'll see how that goes. Just bear with me one more minute while I'm looking through these headlines, see if there's anything I missed. There we go. Here's one. What happened? This isn't the right one. Yeah, the article's not there anymore. Okay, I think we're done with the headlines, though. All right. What a disaster that was. That was so many technical difficulties during the headlines. That was ridiculous. But it looks like we got 2 solid connections now on both streams. So that's good. And according to schedule, for some reason, I actually had scheduled not to finish headlines till 7:05. So based on this agenda, we're still on schedule, which is crazy. But if you're just joining us, say hello in the chat, click the heart, click the like. We do this weekly live stream every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. And our goal is to just spread awareness of these scams so you could protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and avoid becoming a victim. If you don't subscribe to our channel yet, please take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also hit that like button. You can also follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. All that's ScamAware 101. You can also visit our website, scamaware101.com. We have links to each of our profiles right there, right on our homepage. And you can click Join Mailing List to join our free mailing list to get scam awareness tips and reminders about when we're going live. So take a moment, check that out. Again, say hi in the chat. Looks like we got pretty active over in the vertical stream. Regular stream's not too active, but we see a couple viewers in there. Tell us your experience with scams. Which ones you've encountered? What red flags you've seen? What you've been dealing with? Yep, that's very true, Nigella. I see Nigella talking in the chat about the home improvement scams, usually coming out of Pakistan, being run out of Pakistan. Pakistan. Yeah, duck cleaning. Yeah, and they'll impersonate real companies too. Like they'll say they're with a real company even though they're not. They'll give you a link to a real company's website. But if you call it a company, they've never heard of the people. All right. Well, we made it through the headlines. Let's jump into some common scams, go over some examples. This is where the stream starts getting good. So the first scam we're going to talk about is going to be a tech support scam. And basically what a tech support scam is, fraudsters impersonate tech support representatives claiming there's a virus or problem with the victim's device. Then they request access to the victim's PC to steal personal information and financial data. And we're going to show you some examples of these tech support scams, but usually how they get kicked off is with a fake virus alert, a fake pop-up that someone gets while they're browsing the internet. And a lot of older folks fall for this scam. They get the virus alert, and they'll call the phone number, and they won't realize they're actually calling a scammer. They'll think they're calling tech support, but they're actually calling a scammer. And so that's what's known as a tech support scam. So let's take a look at some examples of these tech support scams. So I'm going to start with a couple generic ones first that don't look too convincing, but after I show you a few of these generic examples, then I'll show you some more convincing examples. So first we have this fake warning alert on the screen. Big scary red letters, warning, 5 viruses detected. It lists a whole bunch of scary things: system crashing, file deletion, theft of personal data, Wi-Fi loss, infections on your other devices, right? And it says, call us immediately with the phone number. But if you call that phone number, you're actually going to be connected to a scammer. And a scammer is going to try to access your PC, steal your passwords, steal your files. And that's how a tech support scam works. How you can tell it's a scam right off the bat is if it has a contact phone number. If it says to call this phone number, then it's a fake virus alert. A real virus alert won't have a phone number to call. Here's another example of a fake pop-up you might get as part of a tech support scam. Warning, check your computer now. This is call this number immediately. And there's a scary list of data that's supposedly exposed, your credit card details, your email passwords, Facebook, private photos, right? Scary stuff. So people fall for it and they call the phone number thinking that they're calling support, but they're actually reaching a scammer. And there's actually a call center full of scammers waiting for people to call. Like, this is what they do. They sit there in a call center waiting for people to call based on these scams. Let's take a look at another example. This is the last generic example. I'll show you some more convincing ones. But see this one? Notice a theme here. Big red letters, warning, exclamation point. System detected 2 malicious viruses. Call tech support now. Now you can see, if your computer's savvy, you can tell that this one's definitely a pop-up. You can see the address bar. It's a website pop-up. You can see the address. But if you're not computer savvy, you don't know. They just see a number to call. They think they're calling for help. And they get a scammer. So those are a couple generic examples. Just to give you an idea of how a tech support scam works with their fake virus alert. But let me show you some more convincing examples of virus alerts that are part of a tech support scam. Here's one that looks like McAfee antivirus. Same colors, has McAfee logo. Looks pretty convincing, right? But if you call that phone number, you'll be connected to a scammer. Again, you could tell that this isn't a real virus alert because it has a phone number to call. Real virus alerts won't have a phone number to call. Here's another example of a fake virus alert as part of a tech support scam. And this one impersonates Norton Symantec. Threats detected. System critically infected. If you're not able to click on this button, contact support. What's interesting about this pop-up, the buttons are actually designed not to work. This way, when the victim clicks the buttons and then they read, if you're not able to click this button, contact support, it kind of just tricks them into calling support even more, which isn't really support because it's a scammer. They call that number to get a scammer. There's another fake pop-up. This one impersonates Windows Defender. Access to this PC has been blocked for security reasons. Your computer has alerted us that it has been infected with a Trojan spyware. This is contact Windows support. And see, it uses the same colors as the real Windows Defender. You know, blue. It has the Windows logo there. So to the untrained eye, this could appear to be a legit warning to somebody. But again, it has a phone number, which means it's a fake virus alert. Real virus alerts won't contain a phone number to call. If you call this number, you'll be connected to a scammer who's going to try to connect to your PC and clear out your bank accounts. We have another example of one that impersonates Windows Defender. The same deal, right? It has the blue colors. It's got the Microsoft logo. Threat detected. Spyware. Access to this PC has been blocked. This is contact Windows support at this phone number. But if you call a phone number, it's going to be a scammer. Again, that's what's known as a tech support virus. A lot of people fall for these tech support viruses. And they're clever because the victim is actually calling the scammer. So they leave their guard down. You know, they're making the outgoing call, so they have their guard down from the start. It's not like the scammer reached out to them over the phone. So it's a little tricky little clever scam, these tech support scams, how they fool victims into calling, you know, the scammer. But the other thing about these tech support scams is everybody's a target, right? So I showed you examples, some generic examples. I showed you some ones that impersonate Windows software like McAfee or Windows Defender. But this type of scam, it just relies on internet pop-ups. So it also targets Mac and Apple users too. It'll target people on iPhones, on Android devices. Yeah, it'll target your mobile devices as well. But let me show you some examples of these fake virus alert pop-ups, you know, as part of a tech support scam that target Apple and Mac users, Safari users specifically. So here's one that's targeting Safari users. It has a Safari logo, big scary red letters, virus found. Your Mac computer has 13 infections. Please call tech support. But if you call tech support, you'll be connected to a scammer. Here's another example. Warning, macOS infected with viruses and other malicious applications. It's got the Apple logo, and they're impersonating Apple Care, and that says, please call Apple support at this number. Please, but if you call, you'll be connected to a scammer. It's not really Apple. It's a fake virus alert. And here's another example of one that targets Mac users, Apple users. It's got the Apple logo. macOS is infected with spyware and other malicious applications. Call Apple Helpline at, but if you call that number, you'll be connected to a scammer. So yeah, that's how a tech support scam works. It basically relies on these fake virus pop-ups to fool people. And it's important to be aware of that and let your older loved ones know about it too. We actually have a video about this scam on our YouTube channel here. So you go subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out our videos. There's a tech support scam video that you could share with your loved ones. And it actually shows all the examples that we just shared with you over the past few minutes right now. So check out our tech support scam video on our YouTube channel. And spread the word, spread awareness. If you're just joining us, click the thumbs up, click the like, click the heart. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us spread awareness. And say hi in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Tell us your experience with scams. This next scam we're going to talk about are these unpaid road toll scams. Let me know in the chat if you've gotten any of these text messages. You have an unpaid toll. Just bear with me. I'm just getting the screenshots here. So when we're researching the most recent scam awareness headlines, every week this unpaid road toll scam comes up. And it comes up like crazy in the headlines. There's so many warnings about this scam because it's been targeting so many different agencies in so many different states. And there's been so many variations of what the text message says as well. So there's so many different versions floating around. It's targeting so many different states. It's impersonating so many different agencies. And somebody, whoever's behind these scams, they have the technology and then the bandwidth to send out hundreds and thousands of texts a day. Clearly, because this is wild how many text messages about unpaid road tolls are going out. I'm going to share some examples of these unpaid road toll text messages in a second here. But just to give you an idea, they're impersonating SunPass in the text message. They're impersonating Peach Pass, Quick Pass, Good to Go, Easy Pass, North Texas Tollway, Drive Easy Maryland, Fast Track. And there's even more. They're impersonating even more. There was the TX Dot, I think, was one. Idaho. They're doing it in Idaho now. They're all over the place. It's crazy how many toll services they're impersonating. Here's an example of what some of these text messages might look like. Please pay your toll in Florida by January 22nd in order to avoid excessive late fees or potential legal action on statements. Please pay the tolls in time. Thank you for your cooperation. And we wish you a pleasant holiday. It's got a link to a fake website. They included the word SunPass in the website's name to try and make it more convincing, but it's a fake website. That website's going to steal your personal and private information. And just to give you an idea of how many different versions of this scam are out there. We did a video about this scam months ago. And this was already, all these screenshots on my screen right now that you see. At the time, these were all different versions of that text message that were going out. This was months ago. And it evolved a lot. But the ones on my screen, California toll services, North Carolina toll services, Illinois toll services, New Jersey toll point, Virginia toll services, Ohio toll services, Pennsylvania turnpike, New York toll services, Florida SunPass. It's crazy how many different toll departments, transportation departments it impersonated this scam. And you know what? Just to show you, let me see something. Maybe I could open this real quick. Bear with me one sec. I have a PowerPoint slide that shows even more examples of this scam. I'm just going to go save the slide real quick as a PDF so I could show you. But yeah, tell me in the chat if you receive these unpaid toll text messages. I get them. I've had so many friends report them to me. I mean, so many people are getting these unpaid toll text message scams. Okay, just saving that slide now so I can show you. By the way, these live streams are just kind of very laid back and chill, interact with the chat. So that's why we kind of like take pauses, and it's just kind of like a long free flow session here. So say hi in the chat. Let us know what you want to hear about. Share your stories with us. And hit that like button. Help us spread awareness of these scams. All right, cool. I got that example exported now. Let's take a look here. Hey, Ralph. Welcome to the live stream. We do this every week, spreading awareness of scams. This was a recent slide I started creating about scam text messages. And on my screen right now, I actually had to dedicate a whole slide to the different variations of these fake unpaid toll scam text messages. So you can see on the first column are some of the older versions where it said that you had a small fee of $6.99. Pay now, otherwise you get late fees of $69.99. It was a very basic text message, and it linked to .com websites. But then something happened where the text message evolved, right? And it started coming in, and it started impersonating Easy Drive MA a little bit more, claiming to be Massachusetts, Easy Drive Massachusetts reminder, right? And it started linking to Chinese websites, right? So it's got a .xin extension on this fake website. And then we see another version here where it says pay your fast track lane tolls to avoid a fine and to keep your license. And then it's got a link to easydrivema.top website. Another version of this unpaid toll scam where it says final warning, unpaid tolls failure to pay $3.99 may result in further penalties. Deadline March 12th. And it links to a fake .top website. But scary language over. It says final warning, unpaid tolls. You don't want to get penalties or lose your license. And we have another version here all the way at the end. The toll roads notice of toll evasion. You have an unpaid toll bill on your account. To avoid late fees, pay within 12 hours. And that's got a link to a fake .top website with the word SunPass in it, trying to make it sound more realistic. Right, so these are all different versions of this unpaid toll scam that's floating around. There's other versions too. But this just gives you an idea of how many different versions are going around with these unpaid toll scams. And right now, it's by far the most common scam that's circulating. Which I guess could be a good thing because a lot of people know about it and are talking about it. It's getting a lot of media attention. So it's good. But it wouldn't be circulating, though, if it wasn't making money. It would have slowed down and went away if that was making an impact. And apparently, these scammers are still making a lot of money because they're still sending text messages with the scam. So be on the lookout for these unpaid road toll text message scams. And another key thing to remember is any version of a text message scam can be switched around and turned into email scam easy enough, or vice versa. Any email scam could be adapted and sent out by a text, usually too. So don't be surprised if you start getting emails claiming you have unpaid tolls as well. As far as I know right now, this scam's only been targeting text messages, these unpaid toll scams. But they'll probably be hitting email soon, though. So keep an eye out for this scam targeting email as well. But again, this was unpaid toll scam. If you get a text message saying you owe a toll, it's a scam. Verify it on the official website. Don't go click the link. Don't trust anything in that text message. Be aware that this is a very common scam right now. Claiming you have an unpaid toll and then linking to a fake website that steals your information. While I got this these slides open, you guys are getting a first-time preview of my latest slides. They're not perfected yet, but since I have it open, I'll show you what I got here. This slide has a bunch of different examples of different text message scams. Some of these we'll be going over later on in the live stream as well. But you can see we have the bank impersonation scam, which is actually the next scam on our list of scams to discuss. But we got the bank impersonation scam here. You can see a text message that is impersonating TD Bank. You see IRS impersonation scam where it's text message, it impersonates the IRS, claims you're eligible to receive a $1,400 economic impact payment. We have the Apple impersonation scam here where it's a fake order scam. It says an order was placed under your iCloud ID. It tries to get you to call a scammer back on a fake phone number. Then we have an example of wrong number scam, which we'll talk about later as well, where the scammers send you a text and they say, "Oh, I had the wrong number," but they try to gain trust and develop a relationship with you. So those are 4 different types of scams and examples of the text messages that are involved in those scams right here. Hit that heart if you like it. Hit that heart and give us a thumbs up if you haven't yet. Click that thumbs up. Give us a like. Help us spread awareness. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, we need all the subscribers we can get. So please take a moment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us spread awareness. You can also join our free email list. Go to scamaware101.com. You go to our website and click Join Mailing List. We'll send you email reminders when we're going live. We'll send you scam awareness tips and warnings. We won't abuse the privilege, I promise. We won't send you a lot of junk email. And you can always unsubscribe if you want. But join our free email list, scamaware101.com, and click Join Mailing List. There's also one more slide on this text message presentation I was putting together, text message scams. This slide shows a few more other text message scams. The first 2 examples are undeliverable package scams. That's when they impersonate USPS and they claim a package is undeliverable. And that includes a link for you to provide your personal information, supposedly, to get the package redelivered. But they'll steal your personal and financial details that you enter. So that's an undeliverable package scam. They come in from a text message that impersonates USPS, as you can see on my screen. Sometimes they have an attachment, which is why I have 2 examples here. One example just links to a .top website that steals your info. Another example has a file attachment. So those are undeliverable package scams examples. And I got 2 more examples of text message scams here, both for employment scams. The first example, it impersonates TikTok. It says recruitment center with TikTok. They're saying they're looking for people with a passion. Working hours are 1 hour per day with flexible work location. Minimum daily salary of $400. Minimum monthly income of $15,000. Paid by the day. And it says to contact them on WhatsApp, which, by the way, is a red flag. And then the second example of employment scam here, it just impersonates a recruitment company. And it says they came across your resume, and they have a free part-time, full-time remote online job with free training. The hours are 30 to 60 minutes per day, and pay is $200 to $1,000 per day. Which all sound too good to be true. And then, of course, it ends saying contact them on WhatsApp. So those are just 2 examples of text message employment scams. Text messages you might receive as far as opening those scams. Yeah, so I'll have this done. These slides done pretty soon. The idea is just to kind of put together a presentation about text message scams. So let's get in there. And then the last page here, there's a lot to go over on the last page here that we could talk about. But some key takeaways about the text message scams. Scammers will impersonate anyone and everyone. That includes utility companies, banks, the Postal Service, the IRS, law enforcement, and other government agencies. Never trust anything in an unsolicited text messages. Always verify through official channels like a website or phone number. Don't engage with unsolicited text messages. Scammers will often fool unsuspecting victims into clicking a malicious link, replying to the message, opening an attachment, or calling a phone number. Don't engage. Don't engage with the scammers. Just click report as junk, and delete the unsolicited text message. And there's some common red flags, too, that indicate that the text message might be from a scammer. You might be getting targeted by a scammer. And some of those red flags include the text message contains a link to an unfamiliar website. The text message contains spelling, grammar, or capitalization errors. A text message has a file attached to it or a link to download a file. The text message instructs you to reply with yes and reopen. That's a key one there. In fact, let me show you an example of that real quick. So see at the bottom of this text right here, on the center of my screen, where it says, please reply with the Y, with yes, then exit the text message and open it again to activate the link. That text is a red flag. A lot of scam text messages include that instruction at the bottom. They'll say at the bottom of the text message, please reply with Y and then exit the text message and open it. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to reply for a couple of reasons. One, the scammer wants you to reply so they can confirm that you actually read the text message, that someone's on the other end reading the text message and following instructions, right? So replying yes is the scammers love that. They want you to reply yes, and that confirms that, okay, we have a target here. They got you on the hook, right? But also, when you reply yes, what's going to happen is it's going to activate that link. By default, it's not activated. You can't click on it, right? You can copy and paste it, but you can't just click on it because it's from an unknown number. But if you reply to this text message, it's going to activate that link, and then you can just click on it, which you don't want to do because it's a scam. It's a scam link. So that's why the scammers are telling you to reply yes. It works twofold, as in it tells them your number's active and you're reading it, and it also activates their harmful links to make you more susceptible to clicking on them. Right? So that's a big red flag when you see this instruction at the end of the text. And all the way over to the right, on this one is similar, right? So both of these are toll road text messages, different versions, but this one has the same instruction at the end. Please reply yes, then exit the text message and open it again. So that was just 2 unpaid toll text messages that include that. But also, here's the example of the UPS undeliverable package text message, where they're saying your package is arrived at the warehouse, cannot be delivered due to incomplete address information. But at the end of it, see, it says, please reply yes, then exit the SMS and open the activation link again. Scam text messages include that instruction at the end. So if you see that instruction, red flag, be suspicious, don't click any links, don't reply, no, don't trust it. Right, so we're just talking about red flags that scam text messages might have. And that was, they instruct you to reply yes and reopen the message. Another red flag, text messages from a phone number outside of the USA. That's a big red flag, or outside of your own country, if there's anybody from Canada or other countries here. If you're getting text messages from outside your own country, that's a red flag. And then another red flag, the text message claims a purchase was made and says call number to dispute. And that's actually a wrong, known as wrong number, or a fake order scam, which we'll be talking about more in more detail in a little bit. But when it comes to text message scams, best practices: do not click links in unsolicited text messages. Do not reply to unsolicited text messages. Do not call phone numbers in unsolicited text messages, because it's common for scammers when they're sending you these text messages or emails, impersonating somebody else, they'll include a phone number to a scammer call center. They'll claim it's for somebody else. They'll claim it's, the vendor they're impersonating. But if you call a phone number, you'll end up being connected to a scammer, which is what happens with fake order scams. You get a fake order notification, so it impersonates Amazon, for example. But if you call a number, you think you're calling Amazon, you're actually calling a scammer as you impersonate Amazon. So anyway, best practices: don't trust phone numbers in text messages. Don't open file attachments in text messages, unsolicited text messages. Best thing to do is just click report drunk and delete the text message. You could also forward the text message to 7726, which is spam, apparently. 7726 is a spam if you dial the letters on your phone. So it says forward scam and spam text messages to 7726 to report them. So yeah, that's just some info, some examples about common text message scams. They'll impersonate anybody, right? Just examples right here. Here they're impersonating TD Bank, then they impersonate the IRS, then they impersonate Apple. Down here they impersonate USPS. Over here they impersonate TikTok. And over here they're impersonating so many different toll agencies and departments of transportation. SunPass, Easy Drive MA, NC Quick Pass. So you have to verify everything these days who you're talking to. So we got a little sidetracked there. We were talking about road toll scams and kind of went off on sharing some of those new slides. I hope you thought those new slides were cool. I almost kind of finalized, so I'll be putting together a presentation video with them soon. But it crams a lot of info into just a couple slides, a lot of examples there, which is good, which is useful. It helps spread a lot of awareness about a lot of scams in one shot, and that's what we're all about here, spreading awareness so you can protect yourself and your loved ones from scams. So if you're just joining us, say hello in the chat, click the thumbs up, click the heart, subscribe to our YouTube channel, help us spread awareness about these scams. We're just trying to do something good here. The next scam we're going to talk about, bank impersonation scam. This bank impersonation scam is extremely common right now and circulating a lot. And victims are being targeted by phone and by text message. So, for example, and this is the same example we had before in the other slide, but here's a zoomed in version of the text message that's impersonating TD Bank. And what the text message says, it says, verify TD Bank card activity. Did you attempt a transaction for $250 at Walgreens? Reply yes if recognized or no if not, or stop to stop messages. So this text message is impersonating TD Bank. This text message was actually provided to me by a friend of mine, and it comes along with a story. Right before they received this text message, they got a phone call, and the caller ID showed the phone number of TD Bank. They didn't answer the phone call, but immediately after not answering the phone call, they got this text message, verify TD Bank card activity. So this is a multi-contact method scam, right? First, they target the victim by phone, and then if the victim doesn't answer, they target them with a text message. First with a phone call, then with a text message. And how this scam works is they're trying to trick the victim into thinking that their bank account has been compromised, that someone's gotten into their bank account, and that somebody's making purchases. That's the narrative that they want to tell the victim. If the victim had answered the phone, they would have been talking to a scammer. And again, it's a very important key point to remember is when the scammer calls, it will show TD Bank's phone number. The caller ID cannot be trusted. The scammer can manipulate it. And we know that they're putting the bank's phone numbers on caller ID when they're impersonating banks. So it's extremely important to be aware of that. You can't trust caller ID. Just because it has the bank's phone number doesn't mean it is. And a lot of victims, they fall for these scams because they don't realize that. They think they can trust the caller ID, but they can't. So anyway, be aware of the scam that's impersonating a bank. They're targeting people by phone. It'll show TD Bank's phone number or other banks. Isn't it just TD Bank? Yeah, it's just an example we have is TD Bank. But there's reports of this happening for Wells Fargo, for USAA. Really, they're impersonating every bank. And they probably know what bank you use too. So expect, keep your guard up. And to give you an idea of what would happen if you interacted with these scammers, not realizing, if you've interacted with them thinking it was the bank, what would have happened is they would have given you this narrative saying that somebody has access to your account. Your identity has been stolen. Someone's using your card to make purchases. Right? And what they're going to do is going to tell you your money isn't safe in the account anymore. You need to move the money. That's how they trick victims into withdrawing their money. They tell them the money's not safe. If someone has access to your account, they're going to take your money. You need to withdraw it quick. Right? And that's part of the scam. After withdraw the money, then the scammers direct them to deposit it into a crypto ATM or purchase gift cards. But the point here is, as part of this bank impersonation scam, when they reach out to you by phone, by text message, and when they're impersonating the bank, the narrative that they're going to feed you is that somebody has access to your account, your money's not safe, you need to withdraw it. Know that that's the narrative and it's not true. That's the fake, that's the scam that they're trying to pull. That's how they're trying to convince you to withdraw the money. So be on the lookout for these bank impersonation scams. They're impersonating all banks. They might have information about you already. Let's read about what happened to this lady. She was a victim of this scam. Young Connecticut woman had her bank account drained by scammers after answering trusted Wells Fargo number. All right, so she fell for it because she answered the phone, and the phone showed Wells Fargo, so she thought she could trust it. When Charlotte Stens picked up her phone after getting a call from her bank, the Connecticut woman had no idea that fateful choice would wind up with her crying in the parking lot for Wells Fargo branch. I did everything that they said to do, and they literally drained my bank account, she explained. Sten's trouble began when she saw a familiar phone number on her caller ID. I got a call from a Wells Fargo number saying that I had fraudulent activity on my account and that a random person was being sent money from Zelle, she recalled. They told me to go onto my account and that I needed to secure my Zelle on my end by sending money that would go back to my account right away. Right? So she got reached by someone impersonating her bank. She thought she was talking to Wells Fargo. She got fed this narrative that we just talked about. The scammer told her someone has access to your account and that you have to withdraw the money to keep it safe, to secure it. You need to withdraw the money before they get it. And then they instructed her to transfer it to them, and she did. Zelle is a U.S.-based digital payment network, which is run by private financial services. Stens, who had never used the service before, took their warning seriously and complied, making multiple transfers via Zelle. They told her she was sending different amounts to fraud departments, so transactions would all be reversed. So in this case, they had her transfer the money using Zelle. Multiple transfers. And they told her she was withdrawing it from her account to keep it safe and transferring it to a fraud department to keep it safe from the supposed scammers or hackers that got into her account. But that's all part of the scam. So if you find yourself on the phone being told that narrative, don't trust it. Hang up. Hang up and call your bank directly. The person she was speaking to on the phone was not a Wells Fargo rep, as she discovered when she went into the bank to confirm that she'd been talking to a legitimate customer service staff member. When she showed up at the bank and began to cry, a bank employee helped her connect to the fraud department, which was trying to dispute the transactions. However, she had 10 days to wait before finding out if her money would come back to her. I felt like it was sketchy the whole time, but since it came from a Wells Fargo number, I trusted it, she lamented. Yeah, make sure your loved ones know that they can't trust the caller ID. It's a big one. So many people fall for these scams because they think they could trust the caller ID. Stens isn't alone when it comes to falling victim to a scam. The FTC reports that consumers lost a record of $10 billion in 2023. So this is an old article. We just got the 2024 report from the FTC. It's up to $12.5 billion now. So it was $10 billion in 2023. Now it's up 25% to $12.5 in 2024. So lots of money being lost due to scams. $12.5 billion. And that's reported. That's just reported. Who knows how much money is actually being scammed out of people who aren't reporting it. Because a lot of people, they're embarrassed they won't report being scammed. But the scammers are out there to make a lot of money. So that's a bank impersonation scam. Watch out for it. Phone calls, text messages. How we all doing? Say hi in the chat. Click that like button, click that heart. Let us know you're watching. Trying to spread awareness of scams. Click subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the more it helps spread awareness of these scams. Next scam we're going to talk about is an arrest warrant / jury duty scam. And we talked about these during the headlines earlier in the live stream. And we actually talk about these scam every week. This pops up in the headlines. It's getting a lot of attention right now, these fake arrest warrant scams. A victim is contacted by a scammer impersonating law enforcement. The scammer claims an arrest warrant was issued and fines must be paid to resolve it. The scammer then threatens the victim with arrest if fines aren't paid immediately. So that's an arrest warrant scam, where the jury duty comes into it. A lot of times they'll say the reason there's an arrest warrant is because you missed jury duty. Other times they'll say that you missed jury duty, and if you don't pay, there's going to be an arrest warrant issued. Bottom line is they're trying to get the victim to pay fake fines to avoid arrest. And these scammers will get pretty nasty with these arrest warrant scams. They'll threaten to send deputies right now to arrest you if you don't pay to resolve the issue. But that's what they use. That's what they do, though. They use fear and urgency to try to get the victim to react and not make the best decisions. Right? They want to react out of fear and urgency. We did a video about arrest warrant scams where we included some clips, warnings from multiple law enforcement agencies. And one of the warnings mentioned that these scammers are also providing fake paperwork. So they're providing fake court documents that have been modified to look like they're real. It'll have your info on it. It'll make it look like there's an arrest warrant. But they're fake documents, and they're being provided by the scammers. So these scammers are impersonating law enforcement, and the caller ID is showing the phone number of law enforcement. So let's say the scammer calls up, they're impersonating a sheriff's department. Caller ID is going to show sheriff's phone number. Because scammers can control what the caller ID says. They can manipulate the caller ID. So they show the sheriff's phone number, they impersonate the sheriff, the victim thinks, okay, I'm talking to the sheriff, and then they pay these fake arrest warrant fines and fees. Don't fall for it. Again, we did a video about these arrest warrant scams. So go check out our YouTube channel, share the video with your loved ones. Some key takeaways about arrest warrant scams. Again, phone number on caller ID can be manipulated. So we can't just trust a unsolicited call because it shows the sheriff's phone number. Scammers provide fake paperwork to convince victims arrest warrant is real. So keep that in mind. If someone urges you to make immediate payment over the phone, it's a red flag. Scammers want you to make an urgent payment, act immediately. It's a common scam tactic. If you get a phone call claiming a warrant was issued for your arrest, ask the name of the organization that issued the warrant, hang up, and call the organization directly. Do not engage with the scammer who contacted you. Again, these fake arrest warrant scams are getting a lot of media attention lately, lots of warnings coming out of sheriff's offices and law enforcement. A lot of it's probably because law enforcement doesn't like being impersonated, right? And that's what these scammers are doing. They're impersonating the sheriff's office and impersonating law enforcement to trick victims into paying these fines. So be on a high alert for these arrest warrant scams and jury duty scams. Cool. See some more people in the chat. How you doing, Ralph? Good to see you. See a couple more people watching. Say hi in the chat. Click the heart. Click the thumbs up. Help us spread awareness of these scams. We just live stream weekly every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll go for a few hours. Usually go 3, sometimes 4, maybe even 5 hours sometimes. Every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. So join us. Learn about the latest scams. See which scams are trending. And the more you know, the more you can protect yourself and your loved ones from becoming a victim. These scammers are ruthless. We're not talking about scams where someone's just stealing $100, $200 from you. These scammers, nowadays, they're trying to clear out every bank account you have. They want your retirement funds. They want your investment funds. They want your savings. They want your checking. They want it all. They want your credit card details. They'll run up your credit cards too and get a debt. They want your tax return. I mean, scammers will stop at nothing. They want to take every penny that you have. So awareness is key. That's who we're dealing with these days. Because if you fall for it once, that might be all it takes to clear out your entire life savings. So awareness is key. So please take a moment to click that like button. Help us spread the awareness. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the heart. We appreciate all the support we could get here. But anyway, we just got done talking about arrest warrant scams. Watch out for those phone calls impersonating law enforcement saying you have an arrest warrant out for you. The next scam we're going to talk about Wrong number scams. So wrong number scams are basically how a lot of other scams first are initiated, meaning investment scams, pig butchering scams, romance scams. A lot of times they get started and kicked off with a wrong number scam. And what that is basically the scammer sends out a text message, a whole bunch of random text messages, a whole bunch of random phone numbers. And the text message could say anything from excuse me, is this Emma? Or, hey, Anna, I'm Josie. Or they might even start off with just saying hi. Right? The point is, the scammer wants you to reply to the text message. They want you to reply and say, who is this? Or, I'm sorry, you have a wrong phone number. They want to get that reply from you. Remember how I mentioned earlier, sometimes they had that instruction, the reply yes. And, well, in this case, it's the same deal. They want you to reply, and once you reply, even if it's just to say they have a wrong number, the scammer now knows that you are actively reading messages to that phone and actively replying. So the tricky thing about these wrong number scams is they can start off with a text message that says anything. No matter how ridiculous or nonsensical it is, the whole point is to cause confusion and get the reply from you. To get the reply that says, who is this? Or you have a wrong number. Sometimes they'll include a picture with a text message. This is an example of a wrong number scam that I was targeted with. Right? It starts off with, hi Byron, I'm Jane, and includes a picture of this woman. And then an hour later, or 4 hours later, because I didn't reply, 4 hours later, they get the follow-up text, have you gotten the pictures I sent? Now this is probably automated. It probably starts off with as a bot. This message is being mass sent to multiple phone numbers, right? And then 4 hours later, if there's no response, they're going to get this follow-up text, have you gotten the pictures I sent? Because, scammers are using bots. They're using text messaging software, and they have access to these types of technology. So yeah, you have to watch out for this type of wrong number scam too. They'll include an attractive woman like this. They're trying to entice a response. Now, what would happen is if we had continued interacting with this message, eventually it would have evolved and led into either a romance scam, where this woman tricks the victim into thinking you're in a romantic relationship with her, and then she tricks the victim into sending gift cards and sending cryptocurrency, and just keeps on bleeding the victim dry slowly. Or it will have led to a pig butchering scam, where she builds up a trust and relationship with this person, and then she starts talking about how she's making money off these investments and how you should get in on investments. Those seem to be the two common scams that end up resulting from these wrong number scams. But again, the whole point of wrong number scam is to find new victims. Once it finds the new victims, once it starts this communication with them, then it evolves into a different scam. But let's take a look at how some more of these wrong number scam conversations could go. An example I'm about to show you is one that we actually did. We were targeted with a wrong number scam. They just sent us a message saying hi. We knew it was a wrong number scam, so we purposely replied so we could use it on these as an example and on this live stream. So on my screen, you could see how this wrong number scam went. Right? We get the message that says hi. We reply back, hi, who is this? Acting like we don't know what's going on. They reply back, I'm Karina. Are you David? And we met last week at Linda's party. They always feed you some kind of story that doesn't make sense. I met you at a party, or I got your number from so-and-so. Or something that you're going to reply back and say, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. Right? In that case, this is what we did. Sorry, you have the wrong number. Oh my gosh, I checked and found out I entered the wrong area code. I hope this doesn't bother you. That's okay, no problem. Right? It should have stopped. At this point, the conversation should end. It's been established. You got the wrong number. There's no reason to continue the conversation. But since this is a wrong number scam, the conversation continues. Even though we said, that's okay, no problem. They reply back, thank you very much. You are a very friendly and polite person. I hope we could be friends. Nice to meet you. My name is Karina. What can I call you? Right? And we replied Pat. Just figured it'd be Could be a guy or a girl, so we reply Pat, just cause some confusion. They reply back, you have a beautiful name, I'm from Malaysia, currently live in Los Angeles, where do you live? At this point, we cut off the conversation. But what you can see is that they're prying for information. They'll ask you your name. They'll ask where you live. I have another example here. In this example, they ask your age, right? The text message starts off, I'm Margaret. Are you Lillian? No, I'm Izzy. I'm really sorry. I have a mistake with your number. That's okay. Thank you for your understanding. You're a kind person. I hope you have a good day. I'm 36 years old. Would you mind telling me your age? Right? So we have the one example where they're asking your name. They're asking where you live. We have this example. They're asking your age. They have this example. So these wrong number text messages can start in such a wide range of ways. And the best thing you could do, not even to reply, right? Even if the text message is something as basic as hi, don't even reply. You know, the scammers, we want to be nice and reply to a person and tell them, hey, you got the wrong number, right? But we know that 99% of the time it's part of a scam and it's not worth replying. So unfortunately, even though we want to be nice and reply, we got to fight that urge to be nice and just realize, don't even reply. You know, click report as junk, and delete the text message. Because you don't even want to reply. You reply, it just lets the scammer know it's an active number, that you're actively reading the messages. They'll target you with more scams from different phone numbers. So that's a wrong number scam. Extremely common. Should be aware of it. And do not engage. You know, if people are trying to continue a conversation after they know it's a wrong number, it doesn't make sense. Something's wrong. Why would they, try to continue a conversation? How many of you get wrong number text messages? If you wonder why you get so many wrong number text messages, now you know, because it's a scam. Click that like button, say hello in the chat, click that heart, let us know you're watching. Help us spread awareness. You join our free email list. Go to scamaware101.com. Click join mailing list. And we'll send you reminders when we're going live. We'll send you some scam awareness tips. We won't abuse the privilege, I promise. But definitely join our mailing list. It's free. It's useful. And scamaware101.com. Click join mailing list. You can also follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. We're on all of them. Trying to build up our Facebook followers. So if you don't follow us on Facebook yet, please take a minute to go to facebook.com/scamaware101 and click that like and follow button. Check it out. All right, I think it's time for a coffee break because we've been going for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, give or take. We might have some West Coast peeps joining us soon, so that'd be cool. So now's probably a good time to go refill this coffee cup. By the way, we got Scamware 101 coffee mugs, travel mugs. Whoa, it's making my background all freak out on me here. We get these on our YouTube channel store. Go to YouTube channel, click store. Or on our website, you can scroll to the bottom and click merch store. All right, Johnny's running to the store. It's cool. Leave them running on all your devices, John. I need the watch hours. All right. Gonna go fill my coffee cup. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Click that like button, click the heart, say hi in the chat. All right. Coffee break is over. How we doing, everybody? You still with us? Say hi in the chat. Click the heart. Click the like. Give us that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We do this live stream every week. Spread awareness of scams. Every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our mailing list, our free email list for reminders as well. Scamaware101.com. Join mailing list. All right, so let's talk about red flags, huh? All right, we're going to talk about common red flags that indicate you're dealing with a scammer. A lot of times, many victims, if they were aware of these little red flags, it would have made all the difference of whether or not they got scammed. And unfortunately, we find out after the fact. We find out after the victim shares their story, and that's when we learn about these red flags that to be aware of. And we have here 5 red flags that we've compiled that indicate you're talking to a scammer. So it's important to be aware of these 5 red flags. This way, if you come across any of them, it means you got to stop and think for a minute. Stop, think about what's going on, talk to friends, talk to family. Because if you encounter any of these red flags, it indicates you're dealing with a scammer for sure. All right, so the red flags we're about ready to go over. We have a video sharing the same slides on our YouTube channel. So if you want to go share these red flags with somebody you know or a loved one, we have a video on our YouTube channel with these same slides and basically discussing the same things we're about to discuss now. So without further ado, let's talk about 5 red flags that indicate you're dealing with a scammer. First red flag, they direct you to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp to continue the conversation. Scammers love third-party chat apps. It's easier to communicate with victims in other countries. It also offers them more anonymity for the scammer to hide behind. So it's very common for scammers to first initiate contact with victims over the phone or by text message or email. But once that contact's initiated, they'll try to convince the victim to continue the conversation on a third-party app like Telegram or WhatsApp. Some specific scams where that's actually part of their playbook, where they direct you to Telegram or WhatsApp to continue the conversation. Romance scams. They'll lure victims in with fake dating profiles and find new matches on the dating websites. Once they start talking to the matches, they'll direct them to WhatsApp to continue the conversation. So that's the red flag that you're dealing with a scammer. Wrong number scams, how we just talked about them. They start the text message probing for new victims. Right? They send you a text message. If you reply, they'll try to keep a conversation going, and eventually they'll ask you to continue talking on WhatsApp. Because think about it, it's easier to talk to somebody on a third-party chat app, especially when they're in another country, than to sit there sending text messages back and forth from out of the country. So to get you on a third-party chat app like WhatsApp, and now they can do video calls and send pictures and do chat. And investment scams will direct the victim to a Telegram or WhatsApp group to pump up an investment or appear more legit. And you need to realize that Telegram, there could be loaded all bots in that Telegram channel. So that's the red flag. If they direct you to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp to continue a conversation, you're talking to a scammer. Let me know if you've run into these red flags before. If you know somebody that's running into these red flags, let us know in the chat. Interact. I want to hear your stories. And let us know of other red flags to look out for in the chat as well. I'll be making another video about red flags soon. And I need a couple more red flags for the next batch. So make some suggestions in the chat, and maybe I'll use it in my next red flag video. Red flag number 2, they request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM. Scammers love getting paid in these unusual ways, right? Because it's easier for them to move and transfer the funds quickly. It's also harder for victims to recover the money after it's sent. So that's red flag number 2. They request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM. Even if you hear the mention of Bitcoin ATM, that's a huge red flag, and you should stop and think about what's going on. They mention of Bitcoin, they mention of Bitcoin ATM, gift cards. And we need to add gold to that list now, too. Some examples of scams where it's actually part of the playbook, where they ask for these types of payments. IRS and Social Security scams. Scammers impersonate government agencies and ask for a payment in gift cards or cryptocurrency. It's a scam. As of right now, no government agencies accept cryptocurrency or gift cards as payment. So if you get any calls like that, they're a scam. Don't give them any money. Romance scams. The scammers will often request gift cards and cryptocurrency from an emotionally attached victim. The victim feels like they're just giving them gift cards and just sending them cryptocurrency, but they're actually getting scammed. Bank impersonation scams. Victims withdraw cash from the bank and purchase gift cards as instructed by the scammers, or deposit in the Bitcoin ATM. Purchase prepaid cards. But that's part of that whole narrative that we discussed earlier. These scammers, they tell you that your account's been compromised, someone's stolen your identity, right, and your funds aren't safe. And they tell you have to withdraw the funds from your account to keep them safe, and then transfer them by purchasing gift cards or depositing a Bitcoin ATM. That's all a red flag. Those are all ways that scammers will accept payment, and that real agencies, government agencies, don't. So that's red flag number 2. They request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM. Indicates you're talking to a scammer. Okay, let's take a look at the next red flag. Oh, I see some suggestions in the chat. So let's see. Gloria says saying the word king or queen. Is that a red flag, saying the word king or queen? I guess I gotta stop calling people that. We got red flag number 3. They ask you to provide a code that was sent to your phone by text message. That's a common scam. The scammers could be trying to open an account using the victim's phone number. They'd be trying to log in to the victim's account linked to their phone number. They'd be trying to reset a password and need to confirm over the phone, with that text message. There's no reason someone should be asking you to provide a code that they send to your phone. That's a red flag. This is actually a very common scam that happens on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, marketplace websites. Someone will pose as a vendor or seller, as a seller or buyer, and they'll say they want to confirm your identity, or they want to confirm your phone number, and that they're going to send a code to your phone. What they're actually doing is they're trying to do something behind the scenes that's shady. And if you provide that code to them, you're authorizing them to use your phone. So, for example, some scams that specifically involve asking the victim to provide a code, account login attempts. Providing the code allows the scammer to log in and access your account. Right? The whole point that you're being sent that code to your phone is to prevent them from getting in. But if you give it to the scammer, you just give them access. Password resets. They might be trying to reset your password. The code gets sent to your phone to confirm. If you provide that code to the scammer, he's able to reset your password and essentially get access to the account. Right? And then there's Google Voice scams. In this case, what the scammer's trying to do is create a new Google Voice account that's linked to your phone. To do that, they need you to confirm the PIN code. So they'll say they're sending a PIN code to your phone. If you provide it back to the scammer, you just allowed them to link your phone number to their Google Voice account. They're going to use that Google Voice account to scam other people and to make calls. And it's going to look like it's your phone doing it. So never provide a code that someone's trying to send you, by text message. Be aware that it's a common scam for them to say they need to verify your identity, they want to verify your phone number, and to If they ask you to send a code back to them, so it's a scam. That's red flag number 3. You're dealing with a scammer. See a few more people hopping into the chat. Say hello, click the like, click the heart. Let us know you're watching. Welcome to the live stream. Red flag number 4. They ask to connect your PC to assist or investigate an issue. It's becoming more and more common for scammers to try and access victims' PCs now. They're working it into their existing scams. And why would scammers want to access a victim's PC? It's like a gold mine to them. They could steal a victim's logins and passwords if they're on the victim's PC. Believe it or not, these scammers, they can extract saved passwords from your Chrome browser. So if you have your logins saved in Chrome, you let the scammer on your computer, they can extract your logins. They'll have access to the victim's files. They'll encrypt them, hold them ransom. Once they get onto your computer, they could probably access your banking websites, or they're going to try to convince a victim to log into the banking websites while on their PC. Right? That's part of the narrative a lot of times. These scammers will get onto the victim's PC, and they'll ask the victim to log into their bank accounts to check for suspicious activity. Meanwhile, the scammer's stealing all their logins and cookies and credentials because they're on the victim's PC. So why would you let a scammer onto your PC? Well, there's some common scams, but that's actually part of the playbook, right? So the first scam is a fake virus alert or a tech support scam. Right? You get the fake virus alert, it says you have a virus and they call this number for tech support. You call the number, you're talking to a scammer. The scammer impersonates tech support and requests access to the PC to remove the fake virus. Right? So you get a fake virus alert, you call tech support, it's actually a scammer. They're going to try to connect to your PC under the guise that they're removing the virus. Fake order scams. Same situation. You get notified about a fake order, and you call a number to dispute it. You don't realize you're talking to a scammer. The scammer offers to connect to your PC and look at your orders and assist. You let them on your PC, they're going to steal your passwords, access your files, your logins. It won't be good. And then there's fake fraudulent activity, again, where they're impersonating an agency investigating fraud. They're telling you that there's suspicious activity on your accounts, and they offer to connect your PC and have you check your bank accounts for suspicious activity. Well, you're actually letting a scammer onto your PC, and you're letting them steal your credentials as you open up each bank account for them to view. So that's red flag number 4. If someone wants to connect to your PC, usually to assist or investigate an issue, it's a red flag. Only specific people should be allowed to connect to your PC. I tell everybody everybody should have their own computer guy. Right? Whether it's a local computer shop or someone you work with or a family member that's good with computers, everybody should have their own computer guy, and that's the only person that's allowed to connect to their PC. Right? That's a good rule of thumb. If they ever get a virus pop-up saying they have a virus, it shouldn't even cross their mind to call the number on the screen. They should just call their computer guy if they're concerned about it. Right? Call that friend, call that family member, but don't call random numbers. Don't trust random people. Don't allow them onto your PC, especially. Once you give them access to your PC, they can install software that gives them access anytime, any other time they want, whether you're there or not. So don't do it. It's like a gold mine to these scammers. And that's becoming more common. It's more common that they want to connect to your PC, and they're trying to build that into their scams now. So red flag number 4. They ask to connect to your PC to assist or investigate an issue. Now, red flag number 5 of our 5 red flags. Red flag number 5. They request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. It's common for scammers to ask for confidentiality. They don't want you to discuss the situation with other people. The more people you talk to, the more likely you'll be told it's a scam. Right? So the more people you talk to, the more likely you'll realize that you're dealing with a scammer. So they don't want you to talk to anybody. They want you to keep it confidential. They want you to keep it secret. They don't want you to tell anybody about it until they steal your money, until they have your money. Right? So what they'll do is they'll give you reasons to keep it secret. They'll ask for confidentiality, or they'll tell you to keep it secret, and they'll give you these excuses and these reasons why to keep it secret. And some examples are a grandparent scam. That's when the scammer impersonates law enforcement and says your grandson, your granddaughter has been locked up, right? They'll tell the grandparent that your relative's embarrassed about being arrested, and request their secrecy. Don't tell anybody about it. They're embarrassed, right? Well, that's actually a trick. They're trying to trick the victim into not telling anybody about what's going on. If she talks to somebody, she might realize, wait a minute, my grandson, my granddaughter isn't in jail. Right? It's a scam. But if they keep her on the phone, they tell her to keep it secret. And in this case, the excuse is, oh, your granddaughter's embarrassed about it. That's the red flag. They're asking for secrecy. They're asking to keep it confidential. Investment scams, they'll tell you they have an inside tip and not to tell anybody. They'll tell you a price is just for you and they can't give it to anybody else, not to tell anybody. Right? That's all part of the scam. It's just a request for secrecy. Inheritance scams. They'll mail letters impersonating law offices, which I'll show you a little later in this live stream. We have an example of a letter. But they'll mail letters impersonating law offices regarding an inheritance, and a letter will request confidentiality. Fake fraudulent activity. Again, they're impersonating the agency investigating fraud, right? They're telling you somebody has access to your bank account. They're telling you to withdraw the money from the bank, right? But what they'll do is they'll tell you to keep it secret if the teller asks why. In their story, they'll say something like the bank is under investigation and you can't tell them why you're really withdrawing it, right? And they'll give you a fake story to tell sometimes even. But the point is, if they're impersonating an agency to tell you there's an investigation, they request it confidential, that's a red flag. Any request for confidentiality, any request for secrecy, it's a red flag. You're probably talking to a scammer. All right. So that's red flag number 5 of our 5 red flags that you're talking to a scammer. Let's review those 5 red flags for those that are just joining us. And by the way, if you're just joining us, say hi to chat. Click the thumbs up. Give us a like. Click the heart. We want to hear from you. Our goal is to spread awareness of these scams, and that's what we just live stream every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Click that thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need all subscribers we could get. Appreciate it. Help us spread awareness. All right. Back to red flags. So we just reviewed 5 red flags that you're dealing with a scammer, and those 5 red flags were: number 1, they direct you to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp to continue the conversation. They'll initiate the conversation with a text message or an email, but eventually they'll ask you to continue the conversation on WhatsApp or Telegram. Red flag number 2, they request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM. Red flag, red flag, red flag. You hear a Bitcoin ATM mentioned, it's a red flag. You hear them saying purchase gift cards, it's a red flag. Cryptocurrency, prepaid cards, all red flags. If you're dealing with government agencies, they don't accept payments this way. It's very common for scammers to request payments in these unusual ways. So, red flags if they request payments, gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, depositing at Bitcoin ATM. Red flag number 3, they ask you to provide a code that was sent to your phone via text message. Indicates a lot of things. They could be trying to get your account. They could be trying to register an account to your phone number. You can't trust anybody that's saying they're sending a code to your phone and need you to reply with it. It's a red flag. It's a scam. I don't trust it. Red flag number 4, they ask to connect your PC to assist or investigate an issue. Very common in tech support scams. Very common in fake order notification scams. Scammers want to get onto your PC. It's a gold mine to them. So don't let them. Red flag. If they want to connect to your PC, it's a red flag. Protect yourself. Don't let them on your computer. Red flag number 5, they request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. They don't want you telling anybody. The more people you tell, the more likely you'll be to discover it's a scam. So they tell you to keep it confidential, they tell you to keep it secret, it's a red flag. Something's up, and you're probably talking to a scammer. So that's 5 red flags. You're dealing with a scammer. We have a video that has those same red flags and same slides. We have a video shared on our YouTube channel, so if you think somebody would find those useful, a loved one, please share our video from our YouTube channel. Scamaware 101. All right, so next we have some more common scams to go over. Not seeing a lot of viewers right now. Might wrap this up early if it doesn't pick up, I'll say by 9 o'clock. But in the meantime, say hello in the chat, click the heart, Let us know you're watching. And if you haven't taken a moment yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please take a moment. Help us spread awareness about these scams. We do this every week, every Thursday, and it's just our mission to spread awareness, put some good out there, and hopefully help some people avoid becoming victims. Too many people are losing their life savings or retirement money. It's sad. It's sad hearing some of these victims' stories. A little awareness makes a big difference. That's our goal here. We want to help ordinary people. We want to spread awareness about these scams to ordinary people. You don't have to be a computer genius. Familiar with computers or working for a company. These are the information we share is all about scams that target ordinary folks and ordinary people. All right, the next scam we're going to talk about, fake order scams. We just mentioned that. So, fake order scams are extremely popular right now. And what they are is basically victims receive a fake notification that an order was made under their account. When the victim calls to dispute the fake order, they are connected to a scammer who attempts to steal their personal and financial information. Right? And so these fake order scams, they're a little tricky, like the tech support scams. They're meant to fool a victim into calling the scammer. Right? So those fake virus alerts, from the tech support scams, they would fool a victim into calling scammers at a call center. Fake order scam works the same way. The victim gets a fake notification. It could be an email, it could be a text message, it could even be a phone call that says an order was placed and a call this number to dispute it. Tricks the victim into calling that number, which is actually a scammer call center. And the thing about these fake order scams or fake purchase scams, they're targeting victims from all angles. They're targeting them by email. They're targeting them by text message. They're targeting them with phone calls. And we have examples of all of them to share with you right now, actually. So let's start with the text message example of this scam. Text message example of fake order scam. This one's currently circulating. Multiple people provided examples of this exact text message to me. And basically, it's a text message that says, your iCloud ID was recently used at Apple Store for $143 paid by Apple Pay. Also, some suspicious sign-in requests and Apple Pay activation requests detected. That looks suspicious to us. In order to maintain the security and privacy of your account, we have placed those requests on hold. If not you, talk to an Apple representative. Failing may lead to auto debit and charge will not be reversed. Call immediately to cancel this charge, and it has a phone number to call. But that's the scam. If you call that phone number, you're going to be connected to a scammer, and they're going to try to steal your personal and financial information. And this is one of those cases where they're going to try to get onto your computer, or they're going to try to get you to withdraw your money. They're going to tell you that this purchase is being placed because somebody has access to your account. And that's how they're going to try to convince you to withdraw your money and send it to them for safekeeping. But anyway, this is a text message example of a fake order notification. And the point is to trick the victim into calling this number to dispute an order that was supposedly placed. But there is no order, it was fake. All right, so that's the text message version of this scam. But there's also a phone call version of this scam, and there's quite a few phone calls currently circulating. And we're going to listen to a couple of those phone calls right now. The first example is of a fake order phone call. This is a robocall. It says that a MacBook Pro was purchased for $1,400 under your Amazon account. And then it says press 1 to dispute the order. Right? The idea is it wants to scare the victim. It wants to make the victim think, uh-oh, an order was placed, $1,400. I better dispute this right away. But they don't realize they're going to be connected to a scammer. So let me play a recording of that robocall. It's currently circulating. You and someone you know might have already received one like this.
This call is to authorize the payment of $1,499 for the recent order of Apple MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. If you do not authorize this payment, please press 1 to speak to our customer support representative.
So that was one version of a fake order notification phone call. right? And it says a MacBook Pro was purchased under your Amazon account. Press 1 to dispute this charge. It's all fake. None of that's true. But the point is to trick the victim into pressing 1. They'll be connected to a scammer who impersonates Amazon. And then a scammer's going to try to get into their bank accounts and then get all their money. So that was one phone call that's circulating right now. But I have a second phone call that's circulating right now. And it's the same deal, except this phone call claims that a PlayStation was purchased under your Walmart account. Right? So you see how these fake order notifications work? They could say any vendor, they could say any product. The point is they just want to scare the victim into disputing the order. All right, so let's listen to this recording.
We are trying to contact you concerning an unverified purchase of PlayStation 5 Special Edition bundled with Pulse 3D headset being ordered from your Walmart account for an amount of $859.50. If you did not authorize this transaction or wish to cancel, please press 1 or return our call on same number at your earliest convenience.
So there's another version of a fake order phone call scam. And that one claimed that you purchased a PlayStation under your Walmart account. This is press 1 to dispute it. But if you press 1 to dispute it, you'll be connected to a scammer who's going to try to get into all your banking account information and steal all your money. Personal details, credit card details, anything they can get. Because again, you got to remember, these scammers are ruthless. They want everything. They're not just scamming people that have $100 or so. They're trying to get into everybody's bank account, all their bank accounts. They're trying to get all their credit cards. They're trying to clear people out and ruin lives. And a lot of times the bank's not going to help. You know, when scammers trick you into transferring money, withdrawing money, that's not covered by the bank. That's not considered fraud. That's considered a scam, which is actually different. But they won't reimburse you for that money. So people are having their livelihoods ruined by these scammers. They're stealing hundreds and thousands of dollars from innocent victims. But anyway, so that was 2 recordings of a fake order phone call scam. You know, one that claims a MacBook Pro was purchased under Amazon, and one that claims a PlayStation was purchased under Walmart. And then there was a screenshot of the text message version of this scam, which claims that an order was placed using your iCloud ID at an Apple store. That tries to get you to call this number. Right? So we have the phone call versions, we have the text message versions of these fake order scams. Right? But what about the email versions? Well, we have an article from August last year, so not too long ago, about a victim of a fake order scam. And in her case, it was an email version that she fell for. And her story is fascinating. It gives us a peek about what kind of happens behind the scenes of the scam. So I'm just going to read what the article says here. A 23-year-old Lincoln woman reported losing $4,100 after falling victim to an identity fraud scam in July. The scam began on July 17th with an email claiming she had purchased an iPhone. There's a fake order notification email. The woman called the number provided to dispute the purchase and was told she had multiple open accounts in her name across various states. She was informed someone was using her identity. Right? So that's a fake order scam. She received an email about a fake order for an iPhone. The email instructed her to call a number to dispute it. She calls the number thinking that she's talking to a vendor, but she's actually talking to a scammer. And then the scammer goes into their narrative about someone's stolen your identity, someone's making purchases. Right? So the fake order notification, the fake order scam portion is how they pull the victim in. It's how they hook the victim. And then when they get them on the phone, they start going into the whole phantom hacker narrative is what they call it. A phantom hacker. A hacker's gotten into your bank account. They've stolen your identity. Right? But anyway, so she gets the email. She calls to dispute the order. She's connected to the scammer, doesn't realize it. She was informed that someone was using her identity. According to police, scammers then connected the woman to a person posing as a CIA agent who instructed her to withdraw $3,600 from her bank account. The next day, she was directed to use the money to purchase Walmart cash cards and send photos and receipts. Additionally, the woman sent another 500 cash card to the scammers. So many red flags in this victim's story, right? if she had been aware of these fake order notifications, maybe she wouldn't have fallen for that email. Right? If she was aware of this whole phantom hacker narrative where they tell you your identity has been stolen, maybe she wouldn't have fallen for that narrative. If she had been aware that scammers will tell you to purchase gift cards, that's a clear red flag. That might have been enough for her not to fall for this scam. But unfortunately, she wasn't aware of this stuff. That's why scam awareness, it makes a huge difference. There's so many little red flags where she had just been aware of one. It might have been enough for her to pause for a moment and re-question what was happening. But anyway, so that's a victim's story regarding a fake order scam that in her case she received by email. So again, these fake order scams, be aware of them. Victims are being targeted from all angles. Phone calls, emails, text messages. Make sure your loved ones are aware of it. Don't give these scammers any information. Don't call the numbers back. If you're concerned, log in under your own accounts and check your accounts to confirm anything. But don't click the links. Don't call the phone numbers. Be aware that there's these fake order scams going around. Get into the good stuff now. Looks like we've got some latecomers coming to the party, but that's okay. Welcome to the live stream. We have some West Coast people joining us. So it's good to see you. We're getting to the good scams now. Next one up is going to be a grandparent scam here. And we have an awesome recording to share with you. Grandparent scams. So this is when scammers impersonate a distressed relative, like a grandson, granddaughter, and they'll call an older relative, like a grandparent, and they'll claim they're in jail and request financial help. Victims, usually seniors, act quickly to assist loved ones. And it's called a grandparent scam because usually grandparents that fall for this because the scammer impersonates their grandchildren, impersonates their son, their daughter, their grandchildren, right? And it says that the scammer will say there's been an accident. Your son, daughter, granddaughter is responsible. She's locked up right now, and you need to pay to get them out, right? And that's known as a grandparent scam. It's pretty heinous one, right? It takes advantage of grandparents. It takes advantage of emotions. Think about your grandmother, your mother getting scared by a scammer like this and losing her money because someone tells her that you're in jail, and then they find out afterwards, no, that was true. You were never in jail. Nothing happened, but all our money got stolen by a scammer. So that's known as a grandparent scam. And we have a video. This is an awesome video, right? We have a video to share of a scammer actually performing a grandparent scam. So basically what happened was one of these scam baiter people got into the scammer's computer. He was able to hack into the scammer's computer, turn on their webcam, and record them doing a grandparent scam. So the person on my screen here is actually from the Dominican Republic. This is the scammer whose computer got hacked into, who was recorded. And what he is he's actually an opener of a grandparent scam. A grandparent scam actually involves multiple scammers. They have the opener, who impersonates the son or daughter and impersonates the cop, explaining what happened. But then they have the closers, who call the victim back and then start requesting money. The closers will impersonate police officers. They'll say they need bail money or whatever. They'll impersonate law offices, saying they need legal funds. They'll impersonate the courts and claim that they need court fees. Right? And they won't stop until there's no more money to take from the victim. They'll just keep on calling back, impersonate a different agency, and make up another reason to get paid. Right? So those are the closers who do that. But anyway, we're about ready to watch the opener. There's an opener in the Dominican Republic calling a victim and trying to attempt a grandparent scam on her. So this video is fascinating, and watch how it goes down. And definitely, hey, tell us what you think in the comments. Click the heart. I love this video, and I find it fascinating. So here you go.
Oh, Mom, I had a car accident.
Huh?
I had a car accident, Mom.
Is this Linda?
It's me, Linda. got a car accident.
What happened?
I'm gonna put the officer on. I got arrested.
You got arrested?
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
Hi, are you Linda's mom?
Yes.
What I'm gonna need you to do is grab a pen and paper and write down Linda's case number, ma'am. I need you to hurry up, please, ma'am.
Case number?
It's the number 2.
2?
The letter B as in boy. Can you read that back to me?
2B.
Now, I'm gonna read what's going on, ma'am, okay?
Okay.
Linda was involved in a car accident. That was stated in the police report. She admitted that was her fault. While she was driving, she was using her phone. That's what caused the accident, ma'am, okay?
Oh, man.
The woman that was driving the other vehicle was 7 months pregnant. We had to rush her into the nearby hospital. She might lose her baby.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, we actually confiscated her cell phone for legal evidence, so she cannot receive or cannot make calls. This is going to be her only last call. Are you with me, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Now, she actually wrote a note down here saying that she didn't want anyone to know about this. Let's honor her wish for right now because it's too much for her right now. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
What I'm going to need you to do, ma'am, is stay by the phone and wait for the lawyer to call, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, ma'am.
All right, bye.
The next
So that was an actual recording of a scammer in the Dominican Republic opening a grandparent scam phone call. He was actually talking to an elderly potential victim. And it's a fascinating video to watch. Well, first of all, let's break down the video. But before we do, the elderly victim, she didn't get scammed. The scam baiter who was able to get into this scammer's computer and record him, he was also able to contact the victim and warn her that she was dealing with a scammer. So the woman that you just heard, the older lady that you just heard on the phone, she ended up not getting scammed out of anything because of the good deeds of the scam baiter who was able to hack in this guy's computer and warn her that she was dealing with a scammer. But let's break down this grandparent scam and the video we just watched of this scammer performing and opening that scam, right? So first of all, he calls up, he talks to the grandparent, right? And he does the daughter's voice. He does the daughter's voice, and he sounds like he's crying. Mom, I've been arrested. I need your help, right? And then she hands off the phone to impersonate the cop. He changes his voice, and then he impersonates the cop next. So he impersonates the daughter, and he impersonates the cop, right? And when he impersonates the cop, he puts on some police scanner chatter, right? So you hear like the police scanner noises in the background and make it sound more like it's a police station, right? And there's quite a few red flags that popped up, right? One was that the request for secrecy, right? This is the one we mentioned earlier when we were talking about red flags. He requested secrecy. He said, your daughter's embarrassed about the arrest. She asked you not to tell anybody about it for now, right? That's him trying to trick the grandmother and not telling anybody, you know. And then he also says, we confiscated your daughter's phone, right? He says that this way the victim doesn't try to call the daughter. If she thinks that the phone's been confiscated, she's not going to try to call to confirm anything, right? So you see all these little tricks being used by this scammer, this grandparent scammer. And then you see him, he closes out the call by saying, all right, stay by the phone. The courts will be reaching out to you shortly. That's when he hands it off to the closers, who then go into their side of the scam, which to drain as much money as they can from the victim. So that was a grandparent scammer. He was located in the Dominican Republic. Apparently there was a gang out there, or a group that ran this scam out of the Dominican Republic. A bunch of them were indicted in New Jersey in August. I don't know if the scammer we just watched is one of those scammers that were indicted, but it says that there were 11 Dominican nationals from the Dominican Republic were indicted for a sprawling grandparent scam that defrauded elderly Americans out of millions of dollars. According to an indictment, the the conspirators engaged in a long-running grandparent or family in need of bail scam against hundreds of seniors across the United States, including New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts. They are alleged to have led a network of call centers in the Dominican Republic. As detailed in court filings, members of the conspiracy referred to as openers called elderly victims in the United States and impersonated the victims' children, grandchildren, or other close relatives. The call centers use technology to make it appear like the calls are coming from inside the United States. Typically, the victim was told that their grandchild had been in a car accident, was arrested in connection with an accident, and needed help. That's exactly what we just saw in that video of this grandparent scammer. That's exactly what he says. So your child had been in a car accident, was arrested in connection, and needed help. Once openers tricked victims into believing their loved ones were in dire trouble, others working at the call centers known as closers impersonated defense attorneys, police officers, or court personnel and convinced victims to provide thousands of dollars in cash to help their loved ones. The cash was typically retrieved by couriers or mailed by the victims at the direction of closers. But there's another instance of them scammers using couriers. They'll send couriers to pick up money, face-to-face in person. But yeah, so that's a news article about these Dominican Republican scammers that are running grandparent scam, got charged. Again, I don't know if it's the same guy that we saw in this video here, but he was from the Dominican Republic, and we watched him do a grandparent scam. So it's very well possible he could have been part of that group of Dominican nationals that got caught up in this scam. Also, last week we just read about a group of about 20 of these scammers that got caught in Canada. So apparently there was a scammer group operating out of Canada as well, a call center running this grandparent scam. So they're all over the world. How we all doing? Say hi in the chat. Click the heart. Let us know you're watching. Our goal here is to spread awareness. And you can help by clicking like, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Trying to spread awareness of these scams and help people protect themselves and their loved ones from becoming a victim. So thank you for joining the live stream. We do this every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're going on 3 hours so far. But I'm sticking it out for some of the West Coast folks. Let's see if some West Coast people join us. Can't let all the East Coast people have all the fun over here. So I'm going to probably see if I can go for another hour or so here. But let me know you're watching. Click the heart. Click the like. Say hi in the chat. The more people I see watching, the more people I see in the chat, the more I'll cover. And the longer I'll keep going. And the more excited I'll be. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And again, our goal is to spread awareness of these scams. You can join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com. And click join mailing list. We'll send you info about scams, remind you send you email reminders when we're going live. We won't abuse the privilege though. So you can always unsubscribe. But join a free mailing list, scamaware101.com. So the next scam we're going to talk about is an undeliverable package scam. This one's more popular during the holidays. You may have even encountered it a lot during Christmas, Black Friday, towards the end of last year. And what these undeliverable package scams is victims receive fake notifications about undeliverable packages and are asked to click a link to resolve. The link opens a fake website impersonating UPS, FedEx, or USPS. Any personal or financial details provided by the victim are stolen by the scammers. There never was a package. And this scam is known as an undeliverable package scam. It becomes more common towards the end of the year during the holidays because everybody's expecting and sending packages. So if they get a text message claiming that there's a package that can't be delivered, they're less likely to think it's a scam. But it is a scam. UPS, FedEx, USPS, they don't send text message alerts about undeliverable packages. And I'm going to show you some examples of these fake text messages that scammers are sending out that impersonate USPS here. So So here's your basic example of this scam from USPS. Due to an invalid address, you have a package that needs to be delivered, but it has been suspended due to incorrect delivery address. If you do not update your address before 24 hours, your package will be returned to the sender. To deliver your package, please update your address by clicking the link below. Then it has a link to a fake website that's going to look like USPS and try to steal my information. Another version of that scam, very similar. Wording is a little different, but it's similar. This one says, please confirm your address within 12 hours. It has a link to the .top website. It was actually a Chinese website. Which, by the way, it was actually found to be a Chinese group that was running this scam last year. Which we'll talk about that more in a little bit. Here's a little trick they used where they sent a group text message, and they renamed the group text message to USPS. Trying to attempt to make it look like it's more official or from USPS. But it was a scam. It's not, and it links to a fake website that would steal your information. And here's another version that has an attachment. It'll say your package has arrived at the distribution facility, but we are unable to deliver it due to incomplete address information. Please click on the HTML file above to update your address. If you open that attachment, you're either going to get malware installed in your computer, or it's going to take it to a fake website. Never open attachments from unsolicited text messages or emails. Now, if you had followed one of these links, claiming there's an undeliverable package, you may have been taken to a website that would look like this. It's a pretty convincing looking website. It has the USPS logo, their colors. But any shipping information that you enter, any payment details you enter, is actually stolen by a scammer. That's how undeliverable package scam works. They trick you into thinking you have a package, and then they have you provide personal and financial information in order to redeliver it. So there's a story about this scam that I love. It was in a Wired news article in August last year, so a few months ago now. But I love sharing this story because I think it's great. And basically, what happened was this woman fell for this undeliverable package text message scam. She got one of these text messages, said it had an undeliverable package, and she fell for it, and gave her info out to the fake website, and the scammers got it. Right. Well, the husband found out about it, and he wasn't happy. Right, and it turned out that he was good with computer systems. He decided to infiltrate whoever sent these text messages. Right, the guy's name is Grant Smith, if that's even his real name. And it turns out he ended up infiltrating the group that was sending these messages, and he found out a lot of amazing and useful information. And in this case, it was a Chinese crime organization, right, in China. They were sending up to 100,000 scam texts per day. Right, so that gives you an idea of how much bandwidth they're working with over there and how many text messages that they could send out. They're literally sending out hundreds of thousands of scam text messages per day. Right, and this was just that one group doing the USPS undeliverable package scams. So he infiltrates their systems. That's one thing he finds out. They're sending out 100,000 scam texts per day. The other things he finds out, in total, people entered 438,669 unique credit cards. So the scammers running this undeliverable package scam in August, they had almost 500,000 unique credit cards that victims provided because of this scam. Almost 500,000 unique credit cards. Many people entered multiple credit cards each. They had more than 50,000 email addresses were logged, hundreds including university email addresses and 20 military or government email domains. So there were university contacts and military contacts, military and government contacts that were falling for the scam and entered their information, in this fake undeliverable package scam. California, the state with the most, had 141,000 entries, with more than 1.2 million pieces of information being entered in total. So again, that was only one group, one organization that was sending out these undeliverable package text messages. And it gives you an idea of how lucrative and also the bandwidth that they're able to target so many people a day, over 100,000 scam text messages a day. So they were doing this back in August. It kind of gives you an idea of how all those unpaid toll text messages everybody's getting now are being sent, right? We know those groups are capable of sending hundreds of thousands of texts a day, and now they're just doing it with those unpaid toll text messages. But anyway, I digress. So that's a pretty cool story that I enjoy sharing. You know, it's like the victim gets back at the scammers, right? He gets into their system, finds out all this cool information for us. And it was a result of an undeliverable package scam that his wife fell for. But yeah, so watch out for those undeliverable package scams. They always pick up more during the holidays. They slowed down a little bit now, but they are still circulating. But as the end of the year starts approaching, definitely be on alert for undeliverable package scams. Text messages and emails. This scam will target you by text message and it will target you by email as well. How we doing out there? Still with us? Still watching? Let me know you're here. Click that like, say hi in the chat. Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please take a moment to click the subscribe button. Help us spread awareness about these scams. We do this live stream every week, every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. The more likes we get, the more subscribes we get, the more exposure we'll get, and the more awareness we'll spread about these scams, and hopefully help some people prevent themselves from becoming a victim. Fake retail websites. Let's talk about fake retail websites. We were actually warned about these during the headlines. When we kicked off this live stream, we were going over recent headlines, and one of the headlines was about Joann's bankruptcy and all the fake stores or fake online websites that are being set up with fake offers saying, bankruptcy deals and selling for 80%, 90% off, but they were fake websites, fake retail websites, taking advantage of that store closure, trying to trick people. And that's one scenario where fake retail websites will get set up by scammers. Another example is just during the holidays. People are always looking for deals during the holidays. They're shopping online, and scammers will set up fake retail websites to fool victims. So the scammers create fake websites to sell products that are never delivered. Victims are lured in by unbeatable deals and lose money once they pay. These scams often target holiday shoppers or those seeking trending items. A lot of these fake retail websites, they'll pull victims in so many different ways. They'll send out emails, mass emails that offer deals that are too good to be true. People click on the links and they get taken to fake websites. They'll purchase ads on sponsored listings on Google, ads on social media like Facebook. And the ads will point to these fake websites with unbelievable deals. Sometimes malicious websites will inject themselves into third-party ads. So you'll be on a legit website, one that you know is a real website, a trustworthy website, but the third party that they use for ads will inject one of these malicious advertisements for a retail website. So there's many ways that you could end up coming across these fake retail websites. There's many ways that you can be targeted by these fake retail website scammers. One of the tricks is you'll see an advertisement. It'll say just pay for shipping, but it'll be for a product that's worth like $100, $100 or more dollars, and the offer says get the product for free, just pay for shipping. For a big item like that, it's a scenario where it's too good to be true. Be suspicious. When they say just pay for shipping, that's always a red flag for me, especially when we're talking about items that are worth a lot of money. So let's take a look at some fake retail websites. I have 3 examples to show you actually from this recent holiday season during Black Friday deals. There's a good example of a fake retail website. Big banner says Black Friday sale, and then it offers wireless headphones supposedly valued at $175, right? But just cover shipping for $8.95. Too good to be true, right? If we enter my information in here, the scammer's going to receive my information, and I'm never going to get the product. Same deal with this portable heater. Black Friday sale, valued at $175. Just cover shipping, $869. But this is actually a fake website created to sell fake items and that don't exist, and they're solely there to steal your personal and financial details. And then the other example of another fake retail website page is the earbuds. Right, Black Friday sale, Sigma X Earbud Pro, $175 value, just pay for shipping, $869. Yeah, earbuds were a hot item. And a hot item like that, that's when you see the scams start popping up. So there's some examples, some screenshots of real fake retail websites that were part of a scam. And you see they use all different domains. It's probably too small, but this one's technojoyhaven.com. This one's luxuryproductportal.com. They use all these different domains. So if you get one shut down, they just switch to another. That's why it's so hard to shut down these fake retail websites. They just own so many different domains, and for them it's no big deal. They just switch them out, and it's just the grift goes on, you know. So those are fake retail websites. Watch out for too good to be true offers. Make sure to check reviews if you're ordering from a website you've never used or heard from before. You know, see what people are saying. Especially during the holidays. Watch out for fake retail website scams. Hey, Gloria, if you're still in the chat, that's a good one. Saying the word AnyDesk. Yeah, that's a good red flag. I might just add that to the try to connect your computer one. But if you're still here, that's a good red flag. Thanks for sharing that one in the chat. All right. Next scam example. It's a gift card email, a fake gift card email. So fake gift card scams. Victims receive a postcard or email notification that they received a gift card. When the victim attempts to activate the gift card by scanning a QR code or clicking a link, malware is installed on their device, or a fake website is opened to steal personal or financial information. So that's a fake gift card scam. And just like the description says, you might get an email saying somebody sent you a digital gift card. You might get an actual physical postcard in your mailbox. You know, U.S. Postal Service says scan here to activate your gift card, or go here to activate your gift card. So there's different variations of these fake gift card scams. But the example I'm going to show you is an email. So what you see on my screen is an example of an email you might receive. In this case, it says you've received a $50 gift card from Venmo. Your company has given you an employee rewards card. Activate your card today. Right, so it says your company sent you an employee rewards card. It's a $50 gift card, Venmo gift card. So before trusting any links, if you receive an email like this, confirm with the person who supposedly sent you a gift card that they actually sent you the gift, right? In this case, it says an employee rewards card. Find out from your boss or your manager if they sent out gift cards. Don't just blindly trust the link. If this notification had come in from a family member, you would want to do the same thing. Reach out to the family member first and confirm, hey, did you send me a gift card? Right? If they say yes, great. Then you could trust it and click the link. But if they say no, it's a scam. So be suspicious of these gift cards, even the ones that say they're from companies. The scammers will send you an email. They'll impersonate a company and say, hey, here's your $50 Home Depot gift card. You're a loyal customer. Thank you. But it's actually a scam. If you activate it, they're going to steal your information. So be suspicious of gift cards, notifications that you receive in the email. Confirm with whoever sent them. If they're from a company, go Google and see what's going on if they're actually giving out gift cards. It's very unlikely if you get an email that they're just handing out free gift cards. Nothing's free, right? So be suspicious of anything offered for free. Nothing's free except this live stream by Scamaware 101, because we do this free live stream every Thursday at 5:45 p.m. because we like to spread awareness. The information is free. We're spreading awareness. We're trying to do something good. We're trying to do our part. And you can do your part by clicking like, clicking the heart, subscribing to our YouTube channel. So that was a fake gift card scam, and we talked about the email version. In a couple minutes, we're going to continue with some more scam examples. Right, we're going to start going over snail mail scams. We got a few examples of actual U.S. postal scams that are still in effect. These are letters that were received, over the past year, past 6 months. These are letters that are currently going out, scam letters that are impersonating law offices. Right, we have an example of a physical gift card scam. Right, we just talked about the email gift card scams, but we have an example of a postcard QR code gift card scam. So stick around. We're going to go over some more scams in a couple of minutes here. In the meantime, let us know you're watching. Say hello in the chat. Probably about that time we should have seen some West Coast people come and gone. But if you're still here, say hello. Let us know you're watching. Tell us how you found us. Share your experience with scams with us. We want to hear your story. Have you been scammed? Do you know someone that's been scammed? What type of scams are you being targeted with? What kind of red flags are you seeing? Help spread awareness, Share our stories, get the information out there. You can join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com, and click Join Mailing List. You can also follow us on social media, your favorite social media platforms, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky X. We're on them all. Trying to get our Facebook likes and followers up so we can stream on Facebook. So if you haven't followed us on Facebook yet, please take a moment, facebook.com/scamaware101. Click like and follow. And then once we hit 100 followers, I think it'll let us do stream on there too. So that's the goal. I get this live stream across multiple platforms, spread awareness even more. Right now we're just on just doing the YouTube live stream. All right, we're gonna continue in 1 minute here. How are we all doing out there? Say hello. Let us know you're still watching. Got a couple more scam examples coming up in a minute. right, everybody. Let's continue with the live stream here, and we're going to talk about some snail mail scams. Because I feel like we're all so used to being targeted over email and text message and phone call scams that we forget that scammers are still using the postal service, U.S. Postal Service, to scam people as well. They're still sending out physical letters, scam letters. It's important to be aware of these scams too. Just because it comes into your mailbox as a physical piece of mail doesn't mean you could trust it. And that's where we're going to share some of these examples with you. The first example we're going to share, since we left off with a gift card scam that came in by email, an email gift card, now we're going to talk about a postcard gift card scam. So here's an example of an actual postcard for wireless earbuds, just like we showed you earlier on the fake retail website scam. Right, they use hot items. In this case, they used it for a postcard too, to try and trick people into scanning the QR code. And this is a physical piece of mail that you would receive in your mailbox. You would scan that QR code and it'd probably take you to the fake retail website, similar to when we showed you a little bit earlier. So watch out for postcards that you receive in the mail, especially ones with QR codes to scan. Scanning QR codes are just the same thing as clicking links. You can't just click random links. You need to trust where they're going. The same with QR codes. You can't just scan random QR codes. I'm going to go grab water. Give me 30 seconds. All right. So that's an example of an actual physical piece of mail, a gift card, postcard, that claims you got a free gift. Be suspicious. Don't trust it. Just because it came in the mail, the postal service, doesn't mean that it's any more legit than something that came in your email. Inheritance scam is the next one we're going to talk about here. So I have a letter to share. There was actually an inheritance scam letter that was received. Landed in a family member's mailbox. Inheritance scams. Victims are contacted with claims of a large inheritance from an unknown relative. But to claim it, they must pay fees or provide personal details. These scams exploit curiosity and greed to steal money and identity information. All right. And the snail mail example of this inheritance scam, you should be able to see on my screen here. There's an actual letter that was received by a family member. So they received this letter. It has official looking letterhead of a law office. Little logo up top, contact info. Claims to be a law firm in Canada. And it has a whole story here. It says one of their clients passed away. They shared the same last name. That a policy of $10 million. And since we share the same last name, they want to help us get the inheritance. And what's interesting about this letter is that the names used were real names. So the person that it was addressed to was a real name, right? It was a real family member name. And then the name of the client that supposedly died, the late Dr. Maria, right? The last name actually matched the name of the family member that they sent this to. So the people that are getting this letter sent to them, the letter's identical. We found multiple people posting this letter, the same letter, The letter's identical except for the deer name and the name of the supposed client that died. They just switched that out with the victim's last name, the potential victim's last name. And basically, this scammer, they're impersonating a law office. They're offering to expedite the process of claiming this inheritance. And then at the end, they close the letter saying, "This is 100% risk-free. I do have all necessary documentation to expedite the process in a highly professional and confidential manner." See, there's that red flag asking for confidential. "I will provide all the relevant documents to substantiate your claim as the beneficiary. This claim requires a high level of confidentiality." So they even asked for it twice. Red flag, right? "And it may take up to 30 business days from the day I received your consent." So again, this is an actual physical letter, arrived at a mailbox, U.S. Postal Service. And this was received November 29th it was dated. So this was received back in December, only 3 months ago? So there's a recent scam circulating. Lots of people reported this letter, received the exact same letter, except just the names were swapped out. And how this scam works is if we had interacted with these people and continued to work with these people, if we responded and tried to claim this $10 million inheritance, what would happen is the scammer would say we need to pay taxes and fees first. And then they steal that money, we never get an inheritance, and then they disappear with the supposed taxes and fees, which ends up being thousands of dollars worth of taxes and fees, they say. So you pay them thousands of dollars thinking you're getting $10 million, but then they take off with your thousands of dollars and you never get any $10 million because it never existed. So it's a inheritance scam. This version that you're seeing is one of it's a letter sent by U.S. Postal Service. Alright, if you're just joining us, say hi in the chat, click the like, click the thumbs up, click the heart, let us know you're watching. Just trying to spread awareness about scams. We're actually going over some snail mail scams now, because believe it or not, scammers are still using the U.S. Postal Service to send out postcard scams and actual letter scams. And so this next example is actually a fake renewal bill, a fake renewal invoice scam. And again, this was a letter that was received June 11th, so 2024, so it's not even a year old yet. So this is a currently circulating scam, pretty recent. And it's telling the website owner that they have a 12-month term, listing maintenance. Please submit payment before July 26th. So it's done up to look like it's a renewal bill for $289. But this is fake. There is no renewal. And the wording that they use, like in the back, I think there's small print on the back of the letter, like this is not a renewal, or this is an advertisement, something along those lines. Like they try to weasel out of being sued. But this is a scam. They make it look like a renewal. They word it like it's a renewal. They put these dates to make it seem like you have to pay by. It sounds like your website's going to get turned off. So this is just one example of a fake renewal letter that gets sent out. A lot of businesses fall for this. A lot of smaller businesses, they're whoever handles the accounts receivable or accounts. They get a small bill like this, they don't even check it, so just pay it. I think it's a renewal. But individuals are targeted by this too, not just businesses. So anyway, watch out for fake renewal bills. They are being sent by U.S. Postal Mail. There are letters being sent out. Scammers are still using, still sending out fake invoices, printed, ink and paper. They're still out there, people. Don't let your guard down. Keep your guard up. Always have your guard up. Text messages, emails, phone calls, and snail mail. Scammers will use all methods that they can. Back when carrier pigeons were popular, they probably used carrier pigeons to send their scams to people. All right, everybody. I think we'll get this live stream wrapped up here. Unless any last minute viewers just joined us, want to keep on going, say hi in the chat, tell us what you want to talk about. Let us know you're watching. I'll keep going if there's people still interested. Got a lot of interesting things to go over on scamaware101.com website. If you go to our website, scamaware101.com, they click on Tools and Software. You'll be taken to our page with many useful links to data breach lookup tools. Got some deals on certain software here. You get NordPass Premium 56% off. NordVPN 72% off. If you get a minute, definitely check out the online tools on scamaware101.com and check out the data breach lookup tools. All 4 of these links here, they're free to run the scan. And what you can do is you enter your email address or your phone number, and it'll tell you any data breaches your information has been involved in, which is important to know. And some of these results will be a little scary. They're going to come back. They're going to tell you passwords. You might see passwords that you're currently using that were breached. Right? So definitely check out our online tools and software, scamaware101.com, tools and software. You'll see links to these 4 data breach lookup tools here. All 4 of these third-party services are reliable, well-known, trustworthy, so they're safe to enter your email and your phone number. They might try to sell you dark web monitoring, afterwards. That's fine. You don't have to buy it, but you can still see the scans and see results, and you can see what information of yours is floating around out there. It's important to know. It's actually critical to know. Because you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how much of your data is out there. Because the scammers know that. If this data is out there, then the scammers know this information about you. They'll use it against you in scams, right? You check you do an email lookup on one of these checks, and it comes back and says all your medical data was exposed in a breach. Well, you can expect the scammer to try and hit you with a bunch of scams impersonating your doctor's office or your medical services or your pharmacy, because now they have all that information about you. So it's important to run these checks. Again, they're free. You pop in your email address or you pop in your phone number, and that's just so it could check those. It checks that information to see if it's been leaked in any breaches, to see if your phone number has been leaked, if your email address has been leaked, and what other information, including your passwords and things like that, have been leaked along with it. So it's important to know. A little scary, but definitely check it out. Definitely do it. Again, scamaware101.com, online tools and software. That's a data breach lookup tools. First 4 links on that page. And while you're there, check out the deals we got. 56% off. 56% off NordPass. I think that's like 2 years of NordPass for like $35. 2 years you can have a password manager to manage all those different passwords that you're going to have, to protect your accounts. But check out the deals. We have some links to some free software too. Malwarebytes Browser Guard, which we were using earlier to block pop-ups, is free. So far, so good. Link to Malwarebytes free. You want to run a scan your computer, see if there's anything bad on there. We have a link to Malwarebytes free on here. And then if you're just using your built-in antivirus, you don't have any third-party antivirus on your computer yet, if you're still relying on Windows Defender, here's a link to Bitdefender antivirus, the free version. It's a pretty decent antivirus. It'll nag every now and then to upgrade, but it's a good antivirus, and it's better than not having any antivirus on your PC. So include that link here too on the resources, tools and software page. Also, here's a few links to reverse image lookup tools. Basically, if you want to verify the person you're talking to, if they provide an image, usually in case of romance scams, for example, you could take the image that was provided to you, and you could run a reverse image search. And here's a link to 3 different services that do that. Free services. One is called TinEye, one is Bing, one is Google. They have an image lookup. You upload the image of the person, and these services will come back and it'll tell you if it found the image anywhere else, which means the person you're talking to might have stolen that image from someone. It might not be the person you really say they are, right? So reverse image lookup tools, pretty cool, useful for romance scams or checking to see if who you're talking to is really who they sent you a picture of and say they are. Put that picture into these tools and see what comes back with any results. Each one of these is free. It's on our online tools and software page, scamaware101.com. And we have a few more tools here. Website safety lookup tools, Norton Safe Web, Google Safe Browsing, Virus Total. 3 different services. You just put the web address that you're curious about into them, and they'll tell you if there was any ratings or reviews about the website. Google will tell you if it was detected as unsafe or dangerous. Virus Total will tell you if anybody reported it for suspicious files or was malware detected. So pretty useful. You just want to see what's going on with the website and if it's trustworthy or if things have been said or found about it. So website safety lookup tools, those are on the online tools and software page. Again, scamaware101.com. We're trying to make it a portal of useful resources and tools, right? It's getting there. We're going to probably split this up even more, but for now we got online tools and software. And then we also have links to scam report lookup tools. We have the BBB's scam tracker tool, and we have AARP's scam tracking map. These are fun little tools. And I'm tempted to give you a demo. Sometimes I give a demo of these tools, and I do find them fun. So if you're still here, you're still watching, you want to see a demo of these tools for a few minutes, let me know in the chat. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're still watching. Because I'll keep going, and I'll show you this demo of these scam report maps. So let me know in the chat. But anyway, yep, we have links to those tools, online tools and software, under our scamaware101.com website. You just go to scamaware101.com and you'll see a link, software and online tools. It's right at the bottom. And then right on the home page, tools and software right here. All useful links and tools and third-party resources. And don't forget those deals too. 56% off NordPass, pretty good. 72% off NordVPN. 25% off malware premium. So if you want to have real-time virus scanning for malware, but it's premium, save 25%. All good stuff. Scamaware101.com. And while you're there, join our free mailing list. Just click join mailing list, pop in your name, email address, and watch out for the confirmation email. It probably goes to your junk folder. All right, I think we're going to go wrap this up. Get a little quiet out there tonight. But we're reaching almost about four hours here. Close. Started at 5:45. It's almost 9:33 now, so almost up to 4 hours. Fun little live stream. Saw some new people, some new faces. Hopefully we got some new subscribers. That'd be cool. If you haven't subscribed yet, take a minute and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us spread awareness. The more likes we get, the more subscribers we get, the more our content will spread. Hopefully help people avoid scams. All right, everybody. we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for anybody that attended, participated in the chat, been listening behind the scenes. We appreciate you all. One last time, if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also join our free mailing list, scamaware101.com. This is our website. Click join mailing list. And you can follow us on your favorite social media platform. Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Usernames across all those platforms is scamaware101. So, for example, facebook.com/scamaware101. If you haven't followed us yet, go there, click like, follow. We have these links listed on our homepage. So, scamaware101.com, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see links to all those different platforms we're on, the official pages. So do us a favor, click on each one, follow us and like each one if you use them. And help us spread awareness. We appreciate it. Again, we do this live stream every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We join our mailing list for reminders. We send out email reminders to anybody on our mailing list. Again, our goal is just to spread awareness of these scams, doing a good thing, getting the word out. Hope everybody has a great rest of their week. Tomorrow's Friday. Almost there. Almost there. Weekend's one day away. You guys can do it. Hang in there. And we'll talk to you all next week. Thank you again for attending. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And come back next week for our live stream. Check out the other videos we have on our YouTube channel. A lot of the scams we already discussed tonight, we have videos about those scams. A lot of the same slides are used in those videos. So check out our YouTube channel, and you can share those videos with your loved ones too. The videos about the red flags, the wrong number scams, lots of good stuff on our YouTube channel. So take a minute, hit that subscribe button, check out those videos. We appreciate any of the support we could get. On that note, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. Thank you again. Stay safe. Talk to you next week.